So
Hooray!
we are not doing a second half, correct?
Wait,
Super truncated.
I'm not doing the second half.
Yeah, he can leave.
You guys do whatever you want.
That's why he parked in behind.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Parked in
where
behind.
He can get out somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hi, Internet.
Okay. Hey.
We're
Hi.
just figuring things out.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Internet?
Sorry, it
Aloha.
wasn't our usual bullshit of,
Hey.
Look at me.
Hey,
Yes, that's us.
Internet.
Hey, look at me.
It kind of is. It is right now. Tweet.
Oh, did you tweet?
Yeah.
Ah,
Thanks,
Tweet
Chuck.
deck, more like tweet dick.
Oh. Wah,
Fucking
wah.
nailed it.
Yeah, God.
Fucking nailed it, dude.
World star.
That was a good world star. Is there something up with your internet tonight? Or is this thing just like fucked?
Now live on your
Shit seems slow, yo.
shit.
I don't know.
Speed up your shit.
I'm all right over here.
Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna retweet Chuck's thing.
All right.
Not my thing. It's the show's thing.
I fucking retweeted it. Don't
It's-
yell at me.
It's everyone's thing. Calm down.
Stop yelling at me.
No.
I retweeted
I
it.
refuse to
Motherfucker.
stop yelling at you.
Keep forgetting how the web interface looks.
Shitty.
Stupid.
Not great.
What web interface? Oh, the Twitter web interface?
Yeah.
The
it
tweb
sucks.
interface.
Oh, so YouTube has decided to start emailing us when we go live.
Right.
You're now live. It's like, what the? I know.
I just clicked the fucking button. Lay
You think
off.
hackers broke in and are stealing our 12 viewers? Oh, no. Thanks for the alert, jackasses. Maybe tell the people who subscribe to us.
Cool.
No, wasn't there someone who was complaining they could not subscribe to us?
Yeah.
Even the people that made their own movie got the plot description wrong on the back of it.
Did they?
Yep.
Were they talking about friendly gold?
Yeah, no, that's wrong right away.
Yep.
Absolutely wrong.
I want to know where the gold is.
It's wrong.
What'd you guys watch last week?
Fist of Honor.
Fist of Honor. I will add it to the Bad Movie Fiends podcast films list on Letterboxd.
Yep.
A
Here.
trio of female agents.
And before that, we watched The Great Skycopter Rescue.
I believe so.
Would you like to read the
that's
incorrect plot
correct.
description?
Sure, I would love to.
There you go.
I'm going to make it a quattro. All of us will have read it.
Cool.
Where is it? Which one did we watch?
Enemy
These are all out of
Gold.
order. What the fuck?
It's a dumb set.
What the fuck?
I know.
That set cost us like $6
Yeah.
and brought us like nothing,
Yeah,
mostly
oh.
nothing but joy.
Yeah.
I mean, it started strong. We got our
Is
$6
there a
right off.
Blu-ray of Hard Ticket?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
it's
have
right
it.
over
It's over there. I see it. It's where it says "Hard Ticket to Hawaii."
Is there other shit on it, or is it just?
It's just it.
There might be a trailer.
It's right next to Born in East LA.
Introduction by Andy Sedaris. Audio commentary by Andy Sedaris. Behind the scenes featurette.
With
Oh.
Andy Sedaris.
Probably.
I want introduction by David Sedaris.
This American.
And what's
cancer
irritating
snake.
is it says available for the first time on Blu-ray from a 4K widescreen restoration. So we're gonna have to buy this again in like 5 years.
Where's that? I want it.
I know.
Man, I want 4-kilometer version of that.
But yes, we absolutely own Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Thank you.
I like that every time I hear the actual resolution of 4K, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm. That's not 4,000. That's
What is what's 4K?
everything's
Is
stupid.
that 4K?
Nothing makes sense.
It is dumb that it actually is 4 times the resolution of
Yeah.
1,000, but
But it should be 4X.
Right.
yeah.
Well, the first number is pretty close to 4,000. It's like 3880 or something like that.
Yeah. 3880 by
There's no 4s anywhere in it.
8 or 9.
Yeah, it's 2160 by
2160.
It should be 4X. Call it 4X.
Call it 1080p X2.
Digital 4 disc. D for D.
I need to get myself a 4K TV.
Yeah.
Me too.
There's never been a better time.
Let me
Really?
know if you
Are
see
you
a
sure?
Yeah.
Let me know if you see a 2-for-1 deal.
Okay.
And I'll go halvesies with you.
Ooh.
I would totally do that, yes.
I see what you did there.
I wasn't trying to like
Take the free one.
take the free one. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like
Half of
actually
one.
half of yeah.
Yes,
I'll
I
give
would
you,
cut
I'll
both
give you
TVs in
half of the free one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's still slightly more Ks than my TV has, I think. My TV is
Strikeouts.
starting to give up the ghost. Like,
Oh no.
yeah.
Oh, already?
I've had that TV for 7 years.
Really?
Yeah, I bought it when I moved in, shortly after I moved into the place on 6th Street.
Okay.
And that's been since 2012, I think. Yeah.
In our house, we still have the first HD TV I ever bought, and I bought it.
Is it just haunting the house, or
No, it still works. It's only 1080i,
Oh wow!
but it's an Olivia.
But that's 720p.
Yeah,
It's a what?
Olivia.
Olivia.
Wait a minute. Isn't that the stuff they put in like
Ruffles
Pringles
where
or
your
Ruffles?
butt-
that maybe,
Where
yeah.
the poop slides out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
That's
Olestra.
Oline.
Olestra.
Oh.
Oline was like the friendly name, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oline's that Dolly Parton.
Oh, wasn't it basically like that stuff you're
Don't take your poop just because you can.
like wasn't it literally like your intestines couldn't absorb it or something? So
Yeah,
that's why
it just lubricated
so
your butt.
So you were literally like shit through a goose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anal leakage
Yes.
is the phrasing that I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It made poop real easy because it was just like whoosh.
Oh yeah.
it would just leak out of you.
Yeah, it just greased that slide.
Yep.
Yeah. Your sphincter couldn't clench tight enough to prevent Olestra from escaping your body.
It was like putting Dawn on the slip and slide.
Yep.
I don't mean the lady Dawn.
It always
Right.
degenerates into poop, doesn't it?
It pretty much does.
I mean,
yeah.
everybody,
everybody
poops.
poops.
It doesn't
So-
everything.
Yes.
Everything poops.
I just like that brand of chips was called Wow.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
So you're like,
You're
wow.
Wow.
Oh, my
Where's the
pants are
bathroom?
ruined.
Wow. Where is the closest restroom?
Wow, I can't go back to this place.
Wow, I didn't know I could drive that fast.
We can never go back to Cowboys again.
Wow, how much is new upholstery?
Scotch guard my ass. You know what I mean.
Oh, that's great. I'll make sure the poop doesn't come out.
You got a Scotch guard. Yeah, Scotch guard.
I should use a beef eater. They got those hats. You could just plug it right up.
Plug it up.
Or use it as a convenient cleaning brush.
Holy governor.
Like, did they not test this stuff? Like, did they not just make a bag of chips and give it to someone to eat and go, wow, you're shitting an awful lot.
That's probably why they called it wow.
Wow. Look
That
at you
was
shit.
the 90s, if I recall.
It was, yeah. It was right after Fen was making hearts explode and shit.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I just got, like...
Yeah. It's like everyone gets so giddy when there's something that makes you lose weight. They don't even test it on anything. It's like, dude, you're going to lose weight on this. Your heart might explode and the shit's going to fall right out of you, but it's going to be amazing.
Your heart falls out your ass.
Yeah, that's if
My
you,
favorite. That's some of my favorite Celine Dion songs.
Bow your hearts.
If you take Fen coated with Alestra, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that Marvel character. Fin Foom.
Coming to Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Dragons. Wow.
When does Disney Plus start?
November 12th.
That's pretty soon.
You better pre-order Disney Plus.
Yeah, they may run out.
I'm just amazed that they're like not putting everything. You know, like the Marvel movies, they're just like, here's a random smattering.
Yeah, here's Iron Man 1 and 3.
They made the right choices.
No, I know, but it's just...
I
Yeah.
know. It is weird.
And I
It's
realize why they're
silly.
doing it is because those are under license to other streaming things. But like Iron Man 2 is under license to Hulu. They're the sole owner of Hulu. It's dumb. It's so dumb.
It's pretty silly.
So silly. Anyway.
So, speaking of pre-orders, if
Yeah,
I can
sure.
ask you gentlemen this.
Right?
Have any of you pre-ordered Stadia?
No.
I keep thinking about it.
I want to know because the Google store is different
Oh no.
No, it was mine. It was mine. It was mine.
Oh, that was yours.
Yeah. So because that store is different,
Uh-huh.
does it charge you immediately for a pre-order?
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably not. I would
I
think
just
they
didn't want to click that button and be out $129 for.
I would think they couldn't until it ships.
I
I
don't
want
know.
to say
it
it's
just
shipping
doesn't.
this year though.
It doesn't
wait.
specify.
Yeah.
So. And I want one. I want to pre-order it.
I want the little yellow game.
Playdate?
Yeah.
I want a Playdate as well.
Oh, that thing with the fishing rod on the side?
Yeah.
Thing with the crank, yeah.
Didn't that sell out like immediately, or is it not even
Oh,
gone?
no,
on
No,
it's
they
not
haven't,
even on
they
sale
haven't
yet.
put it up yet.
Yeah.
They
They
kind of went
have-
radio silent for a while.
Yeah, I feel like they put an image out there and everyone was like, that's weird, and then
They're gonna-
nothing more.
They're at PAX. They're going to be at PAX.
Oh, okay.
And what is it? Irritating Goose game or
I don't know.
Mm.
Rude Goose? Hang on, I'll look at it.
Rude goose.
Good old
It's like,
rude
fuck
goose.
you, Maverick.
Good day, rude goose.
Hello, Bill. Good to see you there, Bill.
Oh, it's just Untitled Goose Game.
Oh, well.
That's much better.
Much better.
I hope they leave it that way.
I think we just gave them a better name. Rude goose.
Rude goose.
Rude Goose.
Rude goose.
That looks fun. It looks silly.
Yeah.
I really like the concept behind
Yeah,
Play-
I think my only
Playdate.
problem with it will be if I really like a game and then it just goes away. Because isn't it a constant
Yeah.
cycling through of everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
it's
I
a
feel
service?
so I can be like, man, I want to play Rude Goose, and they're like, nope, sorry, it's gone.
No, you have to play Untitled Goose Game, which is a different game now.
It's like how every Ouya is a piece of shit. I mean, it was when it came out, but every one that still exists now
brick,
is useless
right?
because they shut everything down.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Can you do anything with an Ouya? Ouya?
You could probably turn it into a streaming box. It's an Android device.
Ah, yeah.
But so even if you purchased games on it,
I think they're gone because it had to verify with the store.
wow. Our all digital future sucks.
But see, the problem is no one bought games on the Ouya store. That's why there's no more Ouya.
Yeah, I had a thing and then I canceled it
An
before
Ouya?
it came out.
I had an Ouya.
Yeah, I know.
Sold
I
it.
think you played
You
it
said-
once.
I did,
right?
yeah. I was like, boy, this thing sucks.
Was it its own store, or was it just playing like mobile games?
It was an Ouya store, and then they sold it to not Mad Cats, but what Mad Cats became.
Bad Cats.
Like, who started making Rock Band stuff after Mad Cats got bankrupted by Rock Band?
I don't know.
I think it was whoever that company was bought it.
Ooh, I was thinking
Pelican.
No.
that. Pelican?
Pelican made like
PvP.
PS1 memory cards. and
Yeah,
shit.
but they were still around.
Were they? I don't
Yeah,
know.
they were still a brand.
Someone bought the Ouya store and then shut it down.
Okay. Well, I don't blame them.
Might have been Tencent. I don't know.
Just shut them all down.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not getting the Stadia until I hear from like a normal person. You know, just some dude in a house.
Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna get on that.
Do it right now. Live
Well, the thing is,
on
like,
the
I
air.
feel like you're not necessarily losing too much because I mean, you're getting a Google Chromecast, 4K, which is $70.
Yeah.
You're getting a controller that which may be useless one day, but
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling they will get it going at some point. It just might not be day one.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Should we do a podcast?
Sure.
If you want to do a podcast,
Yeah.
I think we should.
I mean, Bill's here, so
Bill's here.
Talk about some anime.
Check my
Okay.
what did you
order
have?
of switches for your thing.
How many switches did you buy?
I bought a pair.
Oh,
Pair
wow.
of switches.
Yeah.
You're finally getting a Switch?
Oh, for my guitar.
Yeah, for his guitar.
Oh.
What?
What?
His
Did you have to buy them from Banggood before we tariffed them out of business?
no.
Okay.
What kind of switches for what kind of guitar?
Remember I gave him that broken the Guitar Hero guitar?
Guitar Hero
the
guitar.
Union
Oh,
Jack
yeah.
one?
Orange one?
No, the Union Jack one.
Oh, okay.
It was busted, and he was like, I could fix it.
Well, I didn't say that. I said, let me try to fix
Yeah, it
it.
was like, let me tinker with this.
Ah, okay. Anyway.
Bill wants us to light this candle.
Okay.
And since
Easy there, Candle
Fired
Boy.
up,
we're here for Bill.
fired up.
Do you still have my Rock Band professional guitar?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's in my closet.
I should
Waiting
get
for
that
you to ask
somewhere.
it for it back.
I might ask for it back.
Do you have somewhere to put it?
A closet.
Okay.
Nice.
I
put
also
it in my
still have
closet. My curio cabinet.
I still have your curio cabinet. Yeah.
I
It's holding
think that might be just yours now.
holding some liquor.
Yeah.
The little gold pieces keep falling off every time.
Yeah, that was very annoying about it.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah.
What
that
else do
thing
I
held
have
a lot
left
of
over
Transformers back in the
from
day.
Mackie?
Yeah.
It was very cool. Anyway, you have something in mind.
Uh-huh.
We'll figure it out.
To
one
remember
day.
him by.
Shall we go?
Yeah, let's talk about
All
this
right.
movie.
Okay.
Woo!
Here comes the clap. Nope. I did Miyagi.
You got to get the clapper back,
Yeah,
man.
you
No,
gotta-
it's because I did Miyagi. That's
Yeah, you got to warm it up.
All right, and welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey!
BMFcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Episode 480.
Nice.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's the
Sweet.
sex number.
It is, actually. Yeah.
If
I
you
don't
do it
know.
right.
Sure.
Yeah.
480p.
Give him the old 480. In
It is
P.
the resolution of most of the movies we watch.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of this here of BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie.
That is factually correct.
Come in here and talk about it for the first half, and then we rate them. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 joxes and robot jocks.
Robot jocks!
Good job,
The previous
Robot
statement
Jocks.
was also factually correct.
All right.
However, there are bad movies that stay away. They get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash.
Oh, no.
Boo.
Yuck.
yeah.
Do better.
So it's been a while, but we have
It sure has.
returned to the land of Andy Sedaris.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Sedaris adjacent.
Yeah. The Sedaris verse.
Yes.
His DNA was all over this.
Ugh. Wow.
Wow,
Can't
that's one
unthink
way
that.
to put it.
We did 1993's Enemy Gold, the first one directed by his son, Drew Sedaris.
Old Drew.
Or
And-
also Andy Sedaris.
Drew.
Andy Sedaris
like,
Jr.
well, we can't call you Andy.
Yeah.
Drew.
Well, his name's Christian Drew Sedaris.
Oh.
Oh, so he's not an Andrew.
So he swaps around.
Okay.
Chrissy Drew Sedaris.
Nancy Drew Sedaris. Do we want to do a plot summary and talk more about it?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
While on a mission to stop a drug operation, 3 federal agents accidentally discover gold from the Civil War. With the aid of a corrupt agent, a ruthless criminal kingpin will hunt them down one by one.
I would like to take that plot summary to task. They did not accidentally find it. They found it on purpose.
Yeah, most of everything they did was kind of on accident. They were.
I
they-
know, but
they-
accidentally on... I mean, they were looking for it.
Yeah, they were in the general vicinity.
They did find it by accident,
Yeah.
though. Like,
Yeah.
Eventually, yes.
This movie was made on accident.
Yeah.
oh, this movie was made on purpose.
This one's got some alums. You may recognize
does.
the movies they were in.
yeah.
Bruce Penhall, who was in Picasso Trigger, Savage Beach, Guns, Do or Die, Hard Hunted, and Fit to Kill,
Fit to kill.
as well as Mark Barriere, who was in Fit to Kill, Rodrigo Obregon,
Yeah.
who was in Hard Ticket to Hawaii, one of the best movies we have ever watched for this show.
Yes.
Picasso Trigger, Savage Beach, Guns, Hard Hunted, Fit to Kill, and La Wars.
Yeah. He branched out at one point.
Yeah. Same with Julie Strain, who was in Fit to Kill and Out for Justice.
Oh.
I do not remember her being in Out for Justice at all.
She was probably background lady number 2.
Yeah, Lady in Bar or something.
There are only 2 movies in those that you listed that are not on the back of this 10 DVD set, 12 film set,
Yeah.
12 film 3.5 DVDs set.
Yep.
Yeah, one's just a half disc. It's real weird.
Yeah. It's just the top half. It's very strange.
Yeah. So a lot of Sedaris alums.
Right. But this is a new universe.
Yeah, it's kind of a little reboot going on.
Yeah.
All new character Donna.
Yeah.
R.I.P. in peace,
Yeah.
Donna.
Old Leather Sides is no longer with us. And there's no Abilene.
Nope.
There's no Edie.
There's no someone owns a bar. And
There's no Hawaii.
No.
there's no
there's
Hawaii.
No Molokai
Yeah, they
Express.
nuked Hawaii, and it
Yeah.
no longer exists in this universe.
All right. I got a beef with this movie right off the bat.
Well,
What is
light
it?
it up, Chuck.
My beef is that okay, so
it starts with a Civil War reenactment.
well, that is a huge beef, but like overall, the fact that okay, so kid, hotshot young Sedaris comes in, he's like, Dad, get out of my way, I've got ideas. First of all, think how much money we can save if we stop filming in stupid, stinky Hawaii and instead film in the woods behind Dallas. Woods that just look like
Woods near
anything.
Shreveport.
Yeah, they just look like anything.
Louisiana.
So farewell exotic locales and nifty stuff. It is fucking Midwest
Yeah,
bullshit.
he's like, have you heard of this David Pryor guy? Guess where he films all his movies?
yeah, and it's cheap. No one cares because no one owns that land.
Oh, most of it was filmed in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm
Yeah.
not sure I
They
ever
thanked
actually went to.
Shreveport.
I think
To
the
Dallas.
helicopter flyover was the only part of Dallas that
Yeah.
existed.
Yeah.
But yes, my
yeah.
my second beef would be how this movie begins, which is just Civil War.
Yeah, but that's how we learn about what the enemy gold is.
Well,
The titular enemy gold.
didn't need it. Don't care.
Chuck, it's a major plot point.
Okay. Yeah. Again, hotshot young Sedaris is like, Dad, out of my way. No one wants tits right off the bat. They want Civil War reenactments.
Yep. Listen, we can send Frank out there to get some B-roll.
Yeah. 23 Skidoo or whatever that guy's name was, who was the Civil War consultant.
Oh yeah, it was like Benny McAdoo.
Yeah.
McAdoo.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, you don't have to pay reenactors as much as you do actual actors.
True. Reenactors do it just because they love getting sweaty out in the woods.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just filming a Civil War reenactment.
Oh, definitely.
And then they did get 2 actors to ride out on horse for a long period of time.
In slow motion.
And then eventually they're like, Dearest Abigail, one of us was wounded mortally. This will be my last journal entry as we buried the gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please give my love to Jebediah and all the other kids.
The only good part of this is when they are burying the gold, and when they show that it's gold, it then cuts to the title card.
Yeah, you smash to the title card. Enemy gold.
and then back to him continuing to bury the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he gets... do we see that he gets arrowed right away? Yeah,
No,
I think,
arrow
the
comes
arrow's
way
much-
later when
yeah,
they
that's
decide
right,
to
that's
go
right.
back to it.
That's right. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like he's burying the gold, and it's like, all right, on to modern day stuff, which is planes landing and all the Sedaris.
But yes, but
Stuff.
he stabs a knife into the tree.
Yep. But yeah, and then it's modern day bullshit, plane landing, and in typical Sedaris fashion, it's a whole lot of traveling stuff.
How do you get from point A
that
to point
apple
B?
does not fall far from the tree?
No. People will be confused, son, if you don't tell them how they got from
But
point
yeah,
A to point
it's a
B.
lady who gets in her Corvette Stingray and drives after getting off a plane that we see taxi the entire way. Then goes to...
Yeah, meanwhile, they've been intercutting with guys lovingly checking their guns.
Yes.
Yes.
Just like loading them, cleaning them.
Dudes in half shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're at like Silverhawks Transport or something like that. It's just some nondescript building with a sign on
Oh,
it.
it's the name of the production company.
Oh, okay.
Silverhawk.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, and then she picks the lock and busts in, and everyone's like, ha, kung fu, chopped. And wait, it's you. And it's, God, what is her name?
Becky
It's
Midnight.
Becky Midnight.
yeah. Becky Midnight
idiots.
is discovered.
Played
and then-
by Susie Simpson.
Yes.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. Playboy Playmate.
What?
What?
I would have never guessed.
I would like to
In a
stop you.
Sedaris movie?
No.
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 Yeah. But yes, we are introduced to Chris Cannon and Mark Austin, who are the 2 dudes. And she knows Chris from back in the day.
Yeah.
That's, I think otherwise she might have gotten shot. But then it's
They
like,
were
what
in-
are you doing here?
They're in the academy together or something.
I taught her everything she knows back in Virginia.
Yeah. All right. Let's just get out of the way. This movie,
Quantico.
like, look, we know that Sedaris movies are not about strong acting skills, right?
Right.
But this entire movie is played like the non-sex parts of a porno. Everybody's
Yeah.
direction is just, I am talking to you now, and I didn't know you had a father. Yeah.
yes. 9/10 of this movie is played so straight.
It's
and-
like they're trying to out-boring
yeah.
the other actors on the screen.
Yes. It's so weird. Like 1/10 of this movie has like, oh, that, okay, that's all right. But the other 9/10 are just exposition being recited by the blandest person possible.
And it also feels like they're learning their lines as they're saying them.
Yeah. One person probably speaking them phonetically.
But yeah.
And
Maybe two.
yet they'll have good reaction shots in the background of the other people when somebody will say like when they're selling a joke that somebody makes.
Yes.
Like the guy in the background will be like, "Ha ha,
Yeah.
that's great."
Yeah,
And then the charisma dies as soon as they have to give a line.
But yeah, they're telling jokes, and it's just like, who are you? Oh, that's Becky. We went to the academy together. He didn't ever mention me. Haha. Anyway, I'm going to go take a shower and be ready to dress to kill in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with this crossbow? It is the latest in silent assault weapons technology. The tip of this arrow explodes 3 seconds after penetration.
Yes. This movie's gadget.
Next line reminds me of an old boyfriend.
All right.
Ha ha. Ha ha.
Like 10 seconds after Harlow made the same joke, like in time with the dialogue. Like,
Right.
come on,
Yeah.
get to the.
That's another thing, like, stylistically about this movie. It's edited really strange.
Yeah.
Like, they start a scene like 2 seconds before the actor, 2 or 3 seconds before the actor starts their line.
Yeah.
Maybe it's longer, maybe it's shorter, but it's an awkward amount of time before, like, the person is, boom, on screen, and then beat, beat. Oh, I did not know you had a father.
They seem to
Cut.
be doing it a lot when Julie Strain shows up.
Yeah.
Like for some reason,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like 2 or 3 beats before she responds to something.
Well, they have to give her time to mug.
I know.
Yeah. But this should also be noted. This is like 10 minutes after the movie started because that's how long the Civil War bullshit went on.
Yeah, it went on for a while.
Like, I mean, it was horses riding through streams
Yeah.
in slow motion for
Yeah.
a
And
long...
And there was planes. landing
Yeah,
everywhere.
but
There's a lot of
she
padding in this movie, and
Oh, yeah.
not in brassieres, if you...
Yeah, but it's just like, we are going on a mission. Okay, you should probably come with us. Give me a few. I need to go take a shower
Yeah.
or get changed.
I
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
change and be.
Which
I'll
is
be
just like,
dressed to kill.
oh, hey, there's our triple T.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, the time to tits is a little longer than most Sedaris movies,
Yeah.
but they get there.
they do get there.
And as someone pointed out, they're like, "Yeah, this is what the young Sedaris said." He's like, "Yeah, who needs hot tubs and good romantic stuff? Just have some chick change in a bathroom,
Yeah.
In a
Just
filthy
a
ass bathroom.
dirty ass bathroom.
Just gas station it up.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's like,
caress yourself in that nasty, disgusting, shit-stained bathroom."
It wasn't nasty.
It was disgusting.
It was just
It
poor-
was a pile of.
It was an airport hangar bathroom.
It was bad tile, is what it was.
it was
Oh.
unclean. There was
Yeah.
accumulated dirt in the
It
corners.
was soiled.
I don't know about that.
People
and the
let
thing
that
is-
shit steep in there. All right.
I'm defending the bathroom. I'm going to be the lone defender of that bathroom. It was fine.
No.
I didn't
They
even
were
know
all like, "Hey, if it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow."
I didn't notice
That's
this
the kind of bathroom she
I
changes.
did not notice
That's
the
our first
state
nudity of the movie.
of the bathroom until Chuck pointed it out. My eyes were fixed in other places.
It was also, hey, if you want to piss in, around, or on the corner, feel free. The thing is,
The
like,
whole thing was a trough.
right. It was just the piss room. It wasn't
Either
even
way.
a bathroom.
This is
But-
our first nudity.
Yeah,
is
it
her
is, yeah.
her changing in this dirty, nasty,
This godforsaken piss.
like Clorox has never experienced this bathroom ever.
Just a
bathroom.
room from the Saw franchise. It was the
Yeah.
most disgusting thing you could imagine.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
How silly of me.
Yeah, I mean, God help me if you bring a black light in there.
There's fucking Sarajevo in there, okay?
The bathroom would be brighter than the black light itself if you brought it
Yes.
in there. It's where they train CSI Miami agents.
How do you distinguish from all these stains?
Yeah, so anyway,
But
she
also-
gets changed.
That's the advanced course.
Right. But, like, in keeping with ripping on this movie's style or lack thereof, you know how you change when you just go and change in your house?
I do, yes.
You know, you just kind of go, like, snatch your clothes off and you're done.
Yep.
Do you know how you've seen a woman change in a movie where she's supposed to be sexy? And
Yes.
it's like the only reason that you're showing this woman changing clothes is for her to be sexy while she's doing it. Well, this woman does the I just got home from work, snatch my bra off, let my gut out, and lay on the couch sort of changing
She
her
does
clothes.
pull her shirt off in an interesting fashion. It's not.
She just yanks it off.
Yeah.
And
It's like she
that's-
does the bra trick with her shirt. It's
Right.
like, wait, how did that? Okay, whatever.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's a fine way for a person to change their clothes. It's just weird that
Well, I think
Like everything in this movie, there's something that's supposed to be sexy, and it's just it goes on too long and it's awkward.
They're going to cover plenty more of things, people doing
Sure.
things unnaturally for sexy sake.
I think young Sedaris knew that this bathroom was the star of the scene, and he didn't want to confuse things by having her put on a show. He knew what his showcase was.
Oh, I see it. Yeah,
Anyway, we've talked way too much about this bathroom.
yeah. She
She
changes
changes.
clothes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they go on a mission.
They go on a drug bust.
They do.
Yeah, her car mysteriously vanishes, and they just ride together.
No,
That's right. That's only
pulls
later.
it up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because they go out, drive out to the woods, and they veer off to two different paths at some point in time. And she just does the. We cut to some other guys who are just fighting in front of the barn,
and just throwing each other around.
and there's just two other guys like, ha ha, look, they're fighting. And and she just pulls up like the two that have been fighting are like, good fight, let's go like hose each other off inside. And then the other two are like just farting around outside, and she pulls up in her Corvette, and they're like, hey, this is private property. She's like, oh, but it's just so hot. I got lost, and ooh,
My tits are just right
Yeah.
here, boys.
yeah.
And one's like, go get her a glass of ice water. And that's when the other one gives the line from
Yeah,
the beginning of the episode.
Like, yeah, where it's implied the other guy
Fucked a
a
chicken, yeah.
Okay, yeah, just making sure I
Yeah.
got that right.
Yeah, that was the implication.
Okay.
But he sends that man away to get her a glass of ice water. And,
He does, yeah.
And he's like,
And that
so?
man does not follow instructions, by the
No.
way.
No, he
never
didn't
gets
go
an
get
ice
the
water.
water.
What a
Yeah.
jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just is like, oh, just you, I'll kick you in the balls and take your gun.
Yep.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the other two have tried to get in to bust the guys inside.
Yeah, that's right. She doesn't kick
And
him
they're
in the
like,
balls
freeze, you're busted.
Yeah, until the
and they're
gunfire
like,
starts, yeah.
no, we're not. And they shoot at them.
Yep. And as they snuck through the barn, they found out that the drugs are hidden inside watermelons. Because they were like, watermelons, oh no. And then they just touch one, and it's like, oh, there's a secret compartment in this watermelon. Oh, drugs are inside. Great.
The secret compartment is a giant, like,
Yes.
section of the watermelon cut out and then sloppily replaced.
Yep.
And each
Yes.
watermelon is in its own individual crate.
Well, yeah.
I-
Don't you know how to ship watermelon?
Yeah, I have seen how watermelons are shipped, and that is 6,000 of them in the smallest trailer that you could imagine can hold 6,000 watermelons.
Correct.
Driven by a 1976 Ford F-150
That is correct.
that has 4 different size tires.
Yeah. But yeah, they're like, freeze, you're busted. And they're like, nah.
And then shoot back. And then when the guy's like, hey, what? And then that's when she kicks him in the balls and
Yeah.
takes his gun.
Yep. And
And,
the other guy who did not get the ice water pokes back out like, hey, well, I told you something's weird. And then just shooting happens. Everyone's just shooting.
Yeah,
at each
he
other.
gets.
Yeah, she's
Someone
shooting
gets
back
shot.
and forth, and the guy that got kicked in the ball is like, huh? Oh, wait, I'm not actually down. And starts to get up, and that's when one of them busts through the door and is like, duck, and shoots him. And then that guy has to get saved by his partner guy and shoots another dude that was running out. Or the other guy, like, circled around or something. And so they've taken out the two guys who were not grab-ass fighting outside.
Yeah.
And the two main guys are now getting away. And,
They run over to a truck and
One of the either Cannon or Austin says, "Let's go get them."
Yeah.
And Becky Midnight says, "No, wait,
I got this.
I got this." And she grabs the
the
crossbow,
Yeah.
and she,
The one gimmick of the movie.
yeah, the gimmick, and waits a very long time for them to run near this truck, and then shoots the truck with the crossbow, which explodes. Very good explosion.
We do get a second of first-person bolt going towards truck.
Yeah,
Like, a second.
a fraction of a second.
Yeah.
but it doesn't blow them up. It just blows them back away from the
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
And then
And then they
they're
go
able to-
arrest them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like 2 seconds later, they're like a car's like, "Meh, meh," and it's black Cadillac, it's a Fed machine kind of
Yeah.
thing. Guy drives up and it's just like, hey, what's going on here? Who authorized this bust? And it's just like, how the fuck did you get here right now? Whatever. But yeah, he's just like, you should have done this without my authorization.
Private property, and you're off the force.
And they're like, yeah, well, we had authorization from our other boss, whatever her name is,
Noble.
And then
Donna.
yeah, no, it's not.
Agent Noble.
Agent Noble, Ava Noble. But yeah, and it's cuts to Washington D.C. And
I don't know. How do you know it's Washington, D.C.?
Well, because there's a bunch of
man.
monuments and some jaunty ass motherfucking music.
Washington, D.C. has its own theme song in this film, and it's great.
It's wacky.
It is like early 90s sitcom theme music.
Yep.
Yeah.
And every time they cut to DC,
Every time.
every single time.
Except once. The
Well,
last time
the
they cut to
last
D.C.,
time,
they
yeah.
don't do it, but
Well,
they do it.
because they don't bother with establishing a
Right.
shot. They just go straight to her in her
Yeah.
office or her hotel room office.
But they establish the fuck out of Washington, D.C. before
Yes.
they zero in on an apartment
You're like,
building.
Washington Monument. Are you sure? No. White House? I don't know. Where could this be? The Capitol building?
What about the other side of the Washington Monument? Oh, yeah, all
yeah,
right.
the reflecting pod? You know.
This movie is 92 minutes, and like 80 of them are establishing shots of Washington, D.C.
Yep.
And then it's just like all these establishing shots and the jaunty music, and then it's just like, well, what about this hotel? And,
Yeah.
and this is where we get.
Yeah, they show us the outside of like a shitty apartment building, and then they show us the inside of a shitty hotel.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, she just gets a call and is like, what? Okay.
No. She's not just getting a call.
Oh.
She's naked.
Sure.
is.
Yeah.
It's shower time.
That's right.
No,
She-
she's in the sauna.
She was in the sauna first.
Yeah.
And then she takes a shower.
rubbing herself, and
Well,
then
you
she
know.
covers up with a towel for her private jaunt 4 feet from the sauna to the shower.
Just so you can disrobe again, you know.
Yeah. And then, so she showers, and then walks out, and then the phone rings.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got to get that sequence right.
Details.
Yeah. And now our heroes are in the hot tub.
Hot tub.
Yep.
And they're like, hey, we did it. And she's like, okay, I guess I'll go talk to someone about this. I'll have a meeting or something. I'll get dressed.
Something gets mentioned about how Dixon
Yeah.
has corrupted the bust, and
He's mad.
he's being a jerk.
Yeah.
and-
He's being a dick, son.
yeah.
Oh, is that how they came up on his
I think so,
character's
yeah,
name?
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, she just gets dressed.
And then, long story short, they basically get suspended. Like they're about to they're like because we go Dixon like immediately after that is like goes and meets with what's his face the hell's his name Santiago, who's Obregon.
Ombrego.
But yeah,
At Cowboys.
yeah, Cowboys. He has a swell place called Cowboys.
It's a strip club where the ladies don't take their clothes off.
They do eventually. But yes.
Eventually.
One
they
lady
do,
takes her top off. Two,
Oh,
yeah, no,
okay.
no, both ladies did. take
Yeah,
their
he's
top off. That's
auditioning
right.
new dancers or something, and it's just like then Dixon comes in and is like, I thought we had a deal. How did my watermelon stand get blown up? And it's like, yeah, well that bust happened and I didn't know about it. Sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with it. And they're just in each other's face, and then it's finally like, fine.
Well, Dixon's like, they're off the force. What more do you want? He's like, well, the least I want is for them to die.
He's like,
But I just said that with 10 times more
I think
charisma
it's
than he said
I think
it.
it's the next time he comes, but eventually he's just like, well, how would you like this special CIA listening device, which is just a walkie-talkie? I think it's like
He
a
calls it a communications
device. But he's like, now you can just listen in whatever they're doing, you'll know. And he's like, fine.
Thanks.
But I think this is actually on the second visit that he goes
Maybe.
back,
I
but
don't
whatever,
know.
it doesn't matter.
No.
But yeah.
This is just a long-ass scene of Santiago just sitting there in his club.
Yep. And then he goes and bangs the ladies that were auditioning.
Well, he's mad.
Yeah,
so
he
he
is.
goes backstage, and he asks the one lady, where are the other two girls? And she says, they're in the shower. And he walks around the corner, and they are just standing in this tiny shower. And one turns around and says, what's up? And he goes, me. And it's kind of our first moment of, okay, this movie gets it. Because up until this point, everyone's serious as shit, and no one's joking around. And then it's like, oh, all right. And then it's
Yep.
just a weird
Well, there were-
Cinemax grab-ass Eve shower.
There were a couple attempts at jokes. They just
Yeah.
Yeah.
like none of them were.
There's the
none of
penetration joke.
yeah,
Yeah.
none of them were delivered
Yes.
until
But we just had
Rodrigo
5 straight
Obregon.
minutes of Santiago being just straightforward and dull and humorless, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh no, if this is our bad guy, this is bad.
Yeah. Cut back to our good guys. They're all dressed up now. They're about to go out for dinner and celebrate a mission well done, I guess.
Time to see the Dallas nightlife.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they get a call that says they're suspended.
They're off the force.
For 2 weeks, 2 months, we don't know until the investigation happens. They're like, damn it, Dixon. And she's
all
like,
right.
well, just sit tight. Maybe I can get you back on in like a week, but I'll
It's like,
see what
what?
see
Your
what I
plans
can do.
didn't change. Shut
And
up
they're
and
like,
go to dinner.
oh, well, we're going to dinner. And they go to like the super fancy White Castle. At least it is based on the color scheme. I don't know.
Yes. It's not a White Castle,
It's
but
not.
it's a sit-down restaurant that's formed in a castle of some
It
kind.
is castle-esque, and it has a British phone booth outside for some
does.
reason.
Yep.
And yeah, their whatever awning is like white and blue.
Right.
But yeah, they go in. It's a fancy place, and all of a sudden, like they're just sitting there, and she's like, this music that's playing. I think they're playing our song. And she's like, would you like to dance? And then they dance. And then hard cut to, like, there's no, like, we don't understand that they've left.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, no,
it's just
I
Looks like
thought
they're
they
just fucking on the veranda.
Yeah. It's like, hey, let's walk outside for a second.
lips will be
Fuck.
fine.
Yep.
But no, like, yeah, they're just like, she's straight up stripping. And it's like, she said, man, this is a Wendy's.
I mean, it's so out of the blue. It's just like, excuse me.
For a movie that has shown us travel to and from every location, how they suddenly teleported to a place where they could fuck.
They were in too big a hurry to get home. They were in such a big hurry to get home.
Well, while they were dancing, they're like, we can't let our emotions, or like when I saw it was you and the lights came on, my emotions took over. And she's like, same for me, but we can't let our emotions get in the way of our job. And it's like, you're suspended. What job? You don't have a job. Fuck all you want.
Everything.
Well, and they keep asking for updates on the case.
Yeah,
and it's
they
just
do.
like,
You're
what case?
suspended.
yeah, you don't get updates
Fuck
anymore.
off. Go shopping.
Can I come back to school yet?
No.
You're suspended. But yeah, like, so yeah, they cut straight to them fucking, and like, so now they're in love or something.
They've
And
they've
they-
renewed their love.
They've
from
also been told that they
Virginia.
should go on vacation, and
Yeah.
then like while they were having dinner, this is where the two guys tell her like, hey, when we were kids, we always dreamed of finding Quantrell's gold.
Yep.
It's this Civil War legend where he got some Yankee gold and buried it somewhere in the fucking woods, and every summer we used to go look for it. And she's like, haha, that sounds fun. And so after they do the fucking, it's like they're gearing up to go find the gold. She seems
do the.
she seems very disinterested in camping or anything outdoorsy.
She
but,
wants no part of camp. She's like, camping, ew.
Yeah.
I'm a lady.
but they've geared up their dirt bikes and a 4-wheeler, and they're going off camping.
sure.
Into the St. Peter's
Yeah.
Woods or whatever.
For all we know, they're like in a building that is right next to the airport, because that seems to be about the time that it traveled.
Yeah, they're at the airport.
yeah,
Yes.
they pull out from an airplane
And then it's just
hangar.
like they just drive off into the woods. They're like, "Well, we're here." It's like, so he buried it right outside the maybe Dallas airport. I don't
Maybe.
know. Yeah.
no one can find
It's
it.
some regional airport.
Oh, that's the Worth in the Dallas Fort Worth. I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Julie Strain has arrived.
Yeah, they go out there, and then it's like this. Santiago's back on like the "I want them dead, and I know just who to call."
Right.
Which of course it's Julie Strain, and she's riding up in a black Cadillac, and
Yeah.
listening to hard rock music. Yeah,
Because her name is Jewel Panther.
Jewel Panther.
Which you would think is like she's a jewel thief of some kind, but
Who
no.
will take your soul?
She just sings folk songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's in this movie.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
an apt description.
She is in this movie.
Yes.
She's on the poster.
She is.
Everyone else is underacting. She's the only one that's overacting, and she's not very good at it.
She's I don't know if we'd call what she's doing acting.
I
be
mean,
fair.
she's.
She's doing a thing.
I will give her credit that she's. Her and like Rodrigo Obregon are the only ones in this movie that seem like they're trying.
Yes.
Julie Strain is like a 6'3" child actor
Accurate.
with big hooters.
Also,
I mean, that's the
accurate.
only way to describe her. She emotes and speaks like a child actor, like an 8-year-old. If
Yeah.
you tell
Yeah.
an 8-year-old, you're like, do this stuff.
To the point, this is much later in the movie, but she literally delivers a line that is like, it just took me right back to episode 1 Star Wars, where she's like, we'll go kill them, of course. And I was just like, oh my God, that's literally the kid from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, finish the race, of course.
Yeah.
Fuck you, kid. Why do you have that much smark in your mouth? Like, that's a simple question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, look. Julie Strain currently is in failing health. I don't want to say too much negative about Julie Strain. So I
Okay.
kind of feel bad about that. However,
However,
her character. Okay, first of all,
we are
film,
judging her acting, not the content of her character.
The film doesn't do her any favors because, like we were talking about earlier, her dialogue is edited weird to where it seems like she's having to really think before saying something, and you can cut those 2 seconds out and make it more snappy.
Sure.
The other thing is that anytime anyone even remotely says anything like "you're pretty," she's like, "I will fucking kill you," and then 2 seconds later, she's wearing a bikini that doesn't cover anything and dancing around for whoever just said that to them. It's like I don't understand your character's motivation in any way because you act like I'm a badass murderer. Don't you dare talk about me that way. And then 2 seconds later, it's like, check me out. I'm gonna sexy snake dance in front of the fire for you.
Because she arrives at Cowboys and
snake dance.
there's just dudes hanging out outside for some reason.
5 dudes
And
are not inside Cowboys.
Maybe they needed to get some air.
Maybe I
They
don't
had
know.
5 Cowboys.
And the big one.
Yeah.
That's an inside joke. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. Sorry.
We apologize.
But yes, she shows up and some guys just does the classic worst line of like, it's awfully crowded there. Why don't I clear a place for you to sit, like right here on my face?
But he takes it a step further because he licks his hand and then just smears it down his face.
He was clearing.
He wanted,
He was clearing.
Well, that's an extra step that's unnecessary.
Yeah. But yeah, she like nearly breaks his hand and kicks him, and then like some other dude, she's just like, you, and he's like, I literally didn't do anything.
She tells
yells
that
at the guy.
yeah.
She goes, "Why's your dick smaller than your nose?"
Oh, she.
Why is your nose bigger than
she-
your dick?
Yeah. Why is your nose bigger than your dick?
That's how you're supposed to deliver the line.
Yeah.
She says, "Why is your nose bigger than your dick?"
Yeah. And for a second, you're like,
What?
well, okay, I'll bite. Why is your nose bigger than your dick?
To get
Third
to the
base.
to get to the other side.
Take away his credit card.
The aristocrats.
Yep.
There you go. Those are all the punchlines.
Yep.
Yeah, we covered all jokes. There are no other
That's
jokes.
the
only
history of
5.
comedy.
Hi, nose. Nice to meet you. I'm dead. Yeah. Anyway, but yes,
She goes inside to
yeah.
meet Santiago, and they have a mutual threatening / bonding session.
Well,
of,
it's just like, oh, you're looking as good as you always did. Oh, yeah? Well, you're not as good as you say you are. Anyway, here's Dixon for no reason, who just comes in and is like, hello. And she's like, I'll murder you. And he's like, I like that.
Oh, Shantae.
Mama used to warn me about ladies like you. Anyway, you're not going to kill them, right? And you're like, no, we're just going to deal with him. He's like, cool, finger guns. I'll check you later.
well, okay, so
He goes to- well,
he
you-
goes
he-
to leave, takes her hand, and fucking licks it. Like, you fucking weirdo. What's wrong with you? And then Santiago's like, if you ever point a gun at me again, I'll take it from you and shove it up your ass sideways.
Even though he acted like a giant wuss when he
Yeah.
had the gun pointed at him, he's
Yes.
like, and he. Either the line was written wrong or he delivered it wrong because he said, if you ever point a gun at me, I will take it from you, turn it sideways, and cram it up your candy ass, jabroni.
Yeah, and that's when Dixon does finger guns at him.
Shouldn't he have said, if you ever point a gun at me again?
Again, yes. The again part was left out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that happened.
Yeah. So yeah, she's on the case, and they're going to go try to murder these people. But first, they got to figure out where they are. So meanwhile, they're dirt biking, stunting all around the woods and everything. And then it's like they stop, and it's like, oh, the woods. This is weird. And anyway, we should probably find a place to stay. I mean, they talk about the gold and some shit more.
Well, at first they stop, and she's like, "Where's the ladies' room?" And they're like, "Look
Oh,
around,
right.
babe." And she's like, "Oh, you boys, ew." And then she's like, "Get me ladies' room behind a bush, meh." And then literally just stumbles over the corpse of one of the 2 Civil War
Yeah,
soldiers.
it's like I don't know. It's like some kind of ropes or something that the corpse was holding, and then it's like
The reins. It
the
was
reins,
the reins from the
yeah,
horses
yeah.
that probably also died.
yeah. Because as you know, when you die, your horse stays with you
Right.
until it just falls to dust. But yeah, so like underneath, I don't know, a
log.
fraction of topsoil is this dead Civil War soldier who's been there for 150 years.
and they find his journal wrapped up in oilcloth, I think they say, or something like
Yeah.
that. And they're like, "Oh, I can barely make it out." Anyway, let's
Holy Christ, the guy is reading, like he's deciphering it. He's like, hold on, this part says something about Barry Gold.
let's see, 1865 and Barry.
Yeah, he's like
and
just
then-
reading the paragraph, but he's like only giving them like a word every 2 sentences. It's like, dude, it's English. This isn't, fucking.
I know.
No,
but
it,
then
was,
eventually,
it was Confederate English.
Whatever.
It was.
That's why it was
Oh,
much
right.
much more difficult to
Yeah,
decipher.
a bunch of y'alls and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, eventually he has that like, "Oh my God, guys, I think we just found the map to the gold." And they're like, "What? Get the fuck out of here!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we should go find a
"Yeah,
place to
should
stay.
we go find it?" And they're like, "Well, it's getting dark, so we should find a place to stay." And he's like, there's a cabin, like a ranger's cabin station thing down. I don't know. We should go find it.
Yeah.
And
So they have to do that. So the two dudes who survived the shootout at the beginning have
Right.
joined back up with Santiago and Julie Strain, and they take a helicopter.
Yep.
Santiago and Julie Strain take a boat.
Well,
No,
they
no,
take
they-
the 4x4 first.
That's right. They take the 4x4 first.
They've also all geared up in the stupidest outfits possible at this point.
Yep. Santiago is wearing
I-
camouflage.
it happens before this because it's when they're listening in. Like when they even get the plans and like, oh, they're going out in the woods to look for the gold or whatever.
yeah.
They are listening in on the conversation. And there's this one point where
Oh, right. Okay.
the two dudes are just like randomly listening, like, I think we got him. Somebody call Santiago. And it cuts back and like Santiago's in the room now listening to this with a map, like trying to figure out where they're going. Julie Strain is like laid out on this desk
She's just draped on this card table that they're sitting
wearing
on.
like white frilly underwear.
Yeah.
It's just like
Just like, oh, boy.
and it's just like this is how I sit in
Yeah.
offices, and it's like it's the weirdest like cutaway shot of like why
Yeah.
would you be sitting like that? Whatever. But
Because
yeah.
they like cut. They're like,
to
let's go
cram
get
her into
Santiago.
the shot because there were 8 people in that room.
Right. Yeah, they're all crammed around listening to this, like, oh. And I love that they're passing it around like they have to put it up to their ear and listen
Yeah.
to it. It's like
It's a speaker.
yeah. But anyway, that's how they know that they're out in the woods and we should go find them. So yeah, the two guys who survived before got a dressing down from Santiago, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna go get them. You get in the helicopter and fly over and find it. We'll be in the 4x4 just
Stunting.
yeah.
Until we decide, well, we can't go any further in this
Yeah.
4x4. Better steal a boat.
Yep.
And the helicopter's like, we see a boat. Problem. There are 2 rangers. It's owned by 2 rangers.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't worry, we'll take care of it.
you think we can convince them to let us borrow their boat?
And again, he says something like, why don't you distract them? And she's like, fuck you, I'm going to murder them. And then it's just like, I'm wearing floss, dental floss.
It's not even like that, though. He's like, I'm about to murder them. And she's like, hold on. There's some subtlety required here.
Oh, right, yeah.
So she stripped down to a thong and it walks over to them. And then
Was it a camo bikini too?
I think
No,
so.
it was just like,
Oh, it was like
Or-
leopard
No,
print.
it was leopard
Yeah,
print.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
leopard print bikini. But yeah, but
He's
much
wearing
more
full,
common
he's
in the
wearing
woods.
full camo for
yes,
some reason.
he is.
But I just like to point out that she stopped him from murdering them so that she could proceed to murder them.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, she struts out onto the boat dock where they're unloading this boat or whatever the hell they're doing,
Yeah.
looking busy.
Not only a bikini, but knee-high boots.
Yes, knee-high boots and barely a bikini.
Yeah.
And the rangers are like, Guh?
Yep.
And she's like, hi, boys. I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm just out hiking, and they're like, I've never seen a hiker like you around here. And one guy's like, I'm going to go get the stuff in the barn over
Yeah,
here.
I'm not going to hang out. I'm not participating in
Yeah.
whatever this
Really
is.
hot women make me nervous.
Yeah. You're on your
Get
own,
away from
Carl.
Sorry, Steve. I didn't mean to tell you about my actual feelings here, but I just haven't found the courage yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll be in the closet over here.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
barn.
going to the yeah.
yeah.
He
so-
goes over to the storage closet.
So this guy's just like, oh yeah, this is really fast boat. She's like, yeah, how fast is he? He's like, it's so fast. See, I could like turn around over here and not look at you for a second. And she just pulls out the silenced pistol and just and
Shoots him in the chest. And
Yeah.
the other guy comes out and goes, hey, what are you doing?
Hey, what?
Oh,
you,
crap.
You killed Steve.
Yeah. And he
So-
runs back in.
she obviously has more than one bullet in this gun, but what she does is, for some reason, commits to sexy pose to reach over and grab a flare gun that's further out on the dock.
Yep.
And then
Then you
turns
real-
back around.
You realize that the building he's hiding in is like a fuel storage place.
Yeah. And she turns back around and fires a flare into this little shack, and the guy goes, and then this shack just fucking goes nuclear.
It's like I was back in the movie again. It's amazing, Chuck.
Yeah. And we get a pretty good explosion with
Yeah.
splintery bits like slowly floating down the ground.
Uh-huh.
And then Santiago saunters over and he goes like, well, I guess you have a flair for the dramatic.
It's like, God damn it, movie! Why aren't you doing this the whole time?
It's so good. I love the guy's scream before it blows up because he's like, ah!
It's like it's not terrified. It's just someone like, I'm kind of self-conscious about screaming, so I'll give it a shot. It's like,
He didn't want to strain himself.
And then he gets
Yes.
blown up.
It's like somebody walked up behind him and like tickled him a little bit.
I don't like this. Blam.
I really like it when Steve does that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the other guys, have they made it to the cabin yet?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because those two are on the boat when the helicopter says, "Hey, we found a cabin." Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone's gone to the cabin and they're just kind of, I guess they're like, oh, well, we have found them.
Yeah.
And then
The
he's like,
helicopter-
Well, they're reading the diary. Like now they have firelight, and he can really concentrate and actually get
Oh,
the backstory.
hear the entire word.
And
But
this is where we get the back, like another like flashback to the Civil War thing, and like how the guy actually died at that log.
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
What happens is the bad guys are like, we found them. They're here. And Santiago's like, good. We'll wait until tomorrow.
Right.
And then we will take out.
We will camp
These
for the
agents.
night and get them in the morning. Like, what the shit?
Well, they're out on the boat, and they're like, land the chopper, and then like we'll come meet you at the chopper and get them in the morning or some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just keep an eye on them. We're going to camp.
When you could just sneak in while they're sleeping and kill them.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
Or barricade the doors and light the thing on fire.
Anything, but they don't do that. So they have the two idiots stand guard outside the place.
Yeah.
While Santiago and Julie Strain have, so she was wearing the smallest bikini a second ago.
Uh-huh.
She's now wearing a bikini that has cut out the parts that cover up the parts, and is just dancing with a sword around the fire for Santiago. who
Like you do.
And like Santiago a second before was like, "Hey, you're pretty." And she's like, "Shut the fuck up." And then it's like, "Now I dance for you." And it's like, "The fuck are you doing?" And then suddenly he is shirtless and dancing with her.
Yeah, he suddenly has like a leather like bikini thing on too.
Yeah.
Or
And they are
mankini.
dancing.
Yeah, and then they fire dance.
They do, yeah.
Fire dance together.
Yep. And then it's morning.
Well, I was gonna say like that they were reading the journal and getting a flashback to the guy who was basically like his friend died, fell off the horse, and then like he decided to bury it. And that's when he stuck the knife in the tree, or actually done that before we got the original flashback.
Right.
But like they went a little further. Guy died that was like already like his friend that was like shot in the war or whatever was dying and fell off the horse. He's doing this whole like voiceover thing like the horses are barely alive anymore. They can't find any food. And it's like and they're standing in this lush forest. And the
Horse is literally eating a tree while he's saying that in voiceover.
And it's like that's what horses eat is plants, and you're surrounded by them.
The horse is fine.
But yeah, so basically, a Native American guy sneaks up and arrows him in the back, and that's why he died right where he did.
And it's kind of weird
just-
because it seems like they're reading all of this, like they're reading the entire.
Right.
And a Native American snuck up on him and murdered him, like, and then they close it like, well, I guess that's that. It's like, wait, how did you read all that?
Yeah, how did he write that last part? Because like he did get a little sixth sense of like, oh no, I better hide this thing,
Yeah.
and he wraps it in the thing to
Oiled
preserve
cloth.
it, the oiled cloth to preserve it for 100 fucking years or whatever.
I
But yes.
appreciate
And
the
then- yeah.
attention to detail that in the flashback, the book and the cloth are brand new, and when they dig them up, they're old as shit.
Yeah.
I appreciate that for whatever reason.
Absolutely. But yes, he gets arrowed in the back, and and then they do close it like, oh, like,
Well.
it just kind of ends right there, like you wrote, just been shot in the back, dying now. My
Hope
love
the
to
horses will be
Jebediah
okay.
and all the other kids. My dearest Abigail,
Yes.
I'll never see you again.
No one will find this gold because I'm burying the book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
So they figured it out. But first, Becky decides she needs to take a shower.
that's next morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wake up the next morning, and she's like, "Oh, shower time." And I love the fact that like she's walking out of the shower wearing barely clothes.
It's
Like,
a half shirt and a thong.
No, it's like a quarter shirt.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, and yes, in a thong, and she just walks by both of them and is like, well, I'm going to go take a shower now. I'm like, hey, might take the crossbow in case you find a bear. Yeah, because she's been like, oh, I'm going to take this crossbow just in case we find a bear.
And she's like, you dumb girl, there's no bears. And she's like, whatever, you're bringing guns. And they're like, yeah, well,
For snakes.
we're going to shoot snakes and shit.
Yeah,
Whatever, they're all dumb.
they are done.
Shoot your own snake. You
But
idiot.
she's showering, and the two idiots like the night before was like, hey, you know what would be really good? Like Santiago would really like it if we just murder him on our own. And
what if we don't do what he
and
said?
And one guy goes, I have a plan. Now, that was the last thing before they turned in for the night, and still we're going to wait till the morning to murder him again. The plan should have been murder them while they're sleeping. It's a lot easier. But
No,
his
plan is much better.
his plan is he sneaks over while she's in the shower. First they were like gawking at her, like, yeah, lady showering and stuff. And then he's like, he goes over to the four-wheeler, revs it up like it's like a pull start. It's a cheap ass four-wheeler because it's like literally got a lawnmower's pull start on it. And then like of course the guys are like, what the hell? And he starts the four-wheeler up and then like ducks around the corner and then like tries to shoot at them for half a second as they come out, which I guess was his plan. Like they're going to be distracted by running four-wheeler.
Yep.
Like where's she going? And misses them completely, like his one perfect shot. And then they dive back inside, go to get their guns, I guess, and then he just jumps on the four-wheeler and takes the fuck off.
Yes.
That was his master plan. Like, not kill her outside who's
No.
exposed with,
Genius.
literally exposed with nothing, and then let's lure the two guys out, miss, and then just jump on the 4-wheeler and take off.
Yeah, and then it's a 5-minute chase through the woods as he's just out of control on this 4-wheeler, trying to shoot backwards while they are on their motorbikes shooting at him. No one's hitting anybody.
Oh, it's as exciting as the speeder bike chase in Return of the Jedi.
It's very exciting.
It's really good.
It ends well.
It does end well because he's just gleefully 4-wheeling through these woods.
Yep.
And then just like rounds a corner and is like, ah shit, and just hits a fucking branch and like
Impales himself on the neck.
Yeah.
Just right through the neck.
He's like,
on a tree branch.
Yeah. And they catch up to him and it's like, wow, bad luck for him. And they look up and it's like, hey, it's the tree with the knife.
I was joking because like they're looking at him and he's just like he's literally caught in like the V branch of a fork of a tree, and they're like, man, sucks to be him. And it's kind of weird because like I'm not saying like these movies don't have violence, but it's like one of the first times where it's like there's an actual corpse with blood.
Yeah.
Like most of the time it's like they either get blown up or just like shot into oblivion or whatever.
Yes.
This is like the first time where it's like, hey guy, act dead and we're gonna put a little blood on you and like make it look like we were impaled on the fork of this tree.
Yeah.
They're just like, man, it sucks to be him. Oh well, they take him down and like, yep, he's dead. And then I was just joking. I was like, oh look, the knife in the tree. And they literally go, oh look, a knife in the tree.
I like that the knife is like 10 feet up because the tree has grown that much.
Yeah. There are a couple things in this movie where they've actually paid attention.
A couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just,
I think we've talked about all of them.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah,
But they're like, sweet. But then the other dude is like, now time to murder the lady in the shower.
yeah, that happened like while the dirt bike thing was happening.
Yeah.
So he's like shooting at her, which I guess the gunshots didn't register as far away as they are, or they have the engines
Well,
of the
they
bikes
hear it
going.
because they don't do any digging for the gold. They're like, oh, shit.
No. They hear something very specific that's about to happen.
Yeah.
So like this guy was like shooting at her. She's in the little outhouse shower thing, and then like when he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you while I reload right now.
Only it'll take a minute.
Yeah, just give me a second while I reload. She like reaches in real quick and grabs the magic crossbow, of course.
Yeah.
And then like
He's saying stuff like, it's too bad you don't have that crossbow. I could be in real trouble.
yeah.
And she's like, oh, yeah?
You mean this crossbow? And then just like shoots him right in the chest. He's like, oh! And then like it's a good long prolonged like he's looking down on it, and then just boom, fireball. This guy explodes. That's what gets their attention. We're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck the gold. We got to go back and save her.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they
explodes in dust.
ID'd the guy at first, and they were like, wait, this guy looks familiar. This is one of the guys from the drug bust we just did like literally 2 days ago.
Yeah, from the watermelon stand.
Yeah, it was hard to remember all 4 of them, but
The guy who got us suspended.
yeah. But yeah, then they hear the explosion. It's like, oh no, it's Becky.
Yeah.
Becky Midnight. We gotta go save her. And yeah, they hightail it back, and she's just standing there by this smoldering corpse, and
And she's like, I finally got that bear.
Finally found that bear, and it's like, except I think this is where they're like, we got to radio in. We're like, here comes the jaunty music to DC, and it's not.
Okay, they have done this the entire time. They have radio in to their boss. They're on fucking suspension, and they're just like, "Hey, we're gonna hang out in this cabin overnight. Keep us up to date on the suspension, okay? Thanks." And then it's just like, "Yeah, we just ran into some toughs." And it's like, the fuck are you calling your boss for? Like, if I'm on suspension, fuck work.
Yeah.
I'm not calling my boss about shit.
These are the guys who are on a paid suspension and keep asking when they can come back to work.
I know.
So, they're really into it.
Yeah. But yeah, so they've done this 2 or 3 times, and every time they cut back to Washington, it's established with the fucking jaunty music.
Yeah, but no, it's just right to her hotel room, and
Yeah.
she's like, "What? Okay, I'm on it." Actually, she had gone to see Dixon in his office. She got the call when she was like in his office about that they were getting.
Yeah,
married.
she has come to Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Because she wanted to get things sorted out.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "What are you
Dixon
doing
was
here?"
like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah,
This is my blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, well,
That's when she gets the call. It's like, those toughs that we got arrested the other day. They tried to murder her. She's like, "What? I'll be right there. Where are you?"
yeah.
And then
And she goes out and gets in a boat.
yeah,
And then Dixon's like, no way, Jose. I'm also getting on this boat. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't really put up a fight about it. He just jumps in the driver's
No
seat.
time for a pissing contest. Let's go.
Yeah.
And yeah, they
So they just take
on the
off,
boat.
yeah.
Meanwhile, all of this, like, once again, the explosion from the magic crossbow has like alerted Santiago that something up. Again, they don't hear the gunshots or anything like that. But when the explosion happens, he's like, "What? What the hell?" And he's like, "Those idiots! They went on without me.
They disobeyed me, and now,
Yeah.
look, they are dust.
Yeah, if they're not dead already, I'll kill them myself." And
Yeah.
yeah. So they're running towards they're done with their fire dancing. And
Yeah.
all that.
But our 3 heroes just go back for the gold.
Yep.
And because Austin comes out of the cabin with 2 shovels, and he's just like, "Look what I found!" And,
Yeah.
and Cannon's like, "Those will come in handy." It's like, yeah, they will.
Mm-hmm.
So they just drive back to where the knife in the tree
and again,
was.
leaps of logic. I don't know how Santiago knew where the hell to go, but like they're digging up the gold, and just about the time they do, like they fight. That's the whole thing. Is like the crux of this is like it's 1 saddlebag worth of gold bars.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's not worth some money, but like
Not a lot.
This movie makes it sound like, oh my god, this is all the gold ever.
Yeah.
Like
It's like just a pallet of gold.
I mean, okay, it's gold and it's a decent amount, sure. It's
What do they
like,
show? Like
it's
4
probably
bars?
Well, I mean, they only made like 3 prop bars, but I mean,
Yeah.
let's assume the saddlebags are full. So it's maybe what $100,000 worth of gold. I'm guessing. I'm just guessing.
Hang on, doing quick math. I know a lot about gold.
Do you? Yeah.
It's gold colored and it's shiny and it's very, very heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's worth a lot of money.
Right.
Probably about $100,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
That checks
But I mean, it's also vintage, so maybe add a little bit more for it being like
It's antique
It
gold.
didn't
Antique
have any
they were
proof marks on it.
They were bars and pressed bars of some sort.
They were just ingots.
Okay. Fucking ingot.
Don't you call me an ingot.
But anyway,
I
to
do
say-
like. So they dig up the gold, and they're just both like, "Yes,
Yeah.
this is our childhood dream has come true."
he fist bumped it. Yeah,
Yeah.
says, "Before I open this is all our childhood dreams go true. Are you ready?"
Yeah. Yay! It's the gold.
Yay!
I mean,
Yeah.
I would be excited about $100,000 worth of gold.
Sure.
Well,
absolutely.
I mean, if I had been digging for it since I was a fucking goonie, then yeah.
I want to know where the gold's at.
Yes. Yeah, so they're like, all right, sweet, we got the gold. And then Santiago and Julie Strain pop out, and they're like, not so fast,
They
my
take
friend.
like 10 steps and get back like on a road, and then they pop
Yeah.
out, and it's like, haha, I see you have found the gold.
Yes.
We will be taking that.
Throw
and
your
killing
guns
you.
over there.
Yeah.
March.
Yeah. And it's just a standoff. Of course, they're going to murder him, And Julie Strain's like, can I murder him now? How should we murder him?
Yeah.
Totally
need to murder him.
Yeah. Well, let's make them carry the gold and the shovels, and we'll kill them and make them bury themselves
Yeah,
or something,
but
dig their
just
own grave or whatever.
Let them carry everything.
Bury
first.
themselves. I don't know. Dig their own graves. Or
Yeah.
whatever,
Sure.
But yes, they start to take off, and then once again through miraculous GPS location, what's her face Noble and Dixon show up, and it's like, oh yeah, well you can't shoot them because we're going to shoot you, because what's her face Becky Midnight had like kicked the gun away from Julie Strain with
Oh,
the
they
shovel.
got into a cat fight for 2 seconds. Yeah.
Like she uses one of the shovels, and like they fight for a second, but it's completely pointless because like no one ever disarmed Santiago, so he's just like, let them fight for a few minutes.
Yeah,
and-
I enjoy a good cat fight.
yeah. Anyway, that's over. Like,
Let them fight.
You still have a gun trained on you, so get the fuck back over there. And that's when they come around the corner, like miraculously.
yeah.
And that's when, of course, when it's like, Dixon, why don't you tell them the truth? He's like, all right, you got me. I'm the bad guy.
I'm on their team.
Yeah.
And she's like,
And they're all just trying to plead with him, like, dude, like they're gonna murder you. They're not
Yeah.
gonna cut you in on this gold.
and then he's like, hey, yeah.
Yeah,
You
are
weren't gonna tell me
you are
about this
gonna murder me,
gold.
aren't you?
He's like, come on.
And then he's like, I'm just kidding. We're friends, right? Yeah. But it's just like everyone switches loyalty like 5 times in the scene because
Yeah.
he's just like,
Except Julie Strain, who's just like, fuck this, and shoots Dixon in the stomach.
yeah, right when he's like, oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. We're friends. And then, he gets shot in the stomach. And then he just has this look like, oh, like,
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to get shot.
It's a really good
Yeah.
death.
Yep. And there's just confusion and
Well, of course, when he gets shot, everyone's just like, get the guns. And
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. Julie Strain and
They basically
Santiago
somehow like get him disarmed, and they take off like cheese it, and
get to the helicopter.
yeah, they were carrying the gold, but I guess dropped it as they were getting in the helicopter.
They put it down to get in the helicopter, and then as he went to pick it up, they had arrived and
And were
shoot the
shooting
bag, and he's just like, nope, forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course,
We know how this is gonna
Yeah, I was
end.
gonna say, if you've seen a Sedaris movie and a helicopter and an explosive anything, you know how this is gonna end because for some reason Noble is now carrying the crossbow. Like,
Oh, she picked it up as they were running
yeah,
off.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like it's kind of weird that like they let the desk jockey lady, take the crossbow for the final shot because like she's barely been in this movie thus far, but yeah, of
Got to
course
give her
the-
something to do.
Yeah, of course the helicopter takes off and then thump, and then instead of just like doing the immediate explosion, I like that they let Santiago like it's just out of his reach. Like
Yeah.
he's trying to pull it out of the helicopter before it explodes. It's a lot longer than 3 seconds. But,
It is.
but it's still just funny that like
It's
like,
enough time to give him a good moment of just like, I can't
yeah.
reach the.
Let's
It's gonna
land helicopter land and then
We can add that to our collection of Sedaris helicopter explosion gifts.
Yep.
Blonde lady destroys helicopter.
But yeah, that explodes, and you're like, all right, cool, movie's over. Nah.
Nah, because Mark Austin has not had a sex scene yet.
Right.
He's been the third wheel throughout this entire thing. But
The legend.
Noble has arrived.
Noble's there.
So therefore, now he can fuck.
And he lets her use his shower.
Uh-huh.
And she shows her appreciation by
Fornicating him.
having the...
Massaging his bread basket.
This is... okay, this is the...
She's doing her laundry. Cause
This
she's
is the
just
scene that strikes...
washboard
that
abs.
stands out the most as far as sex scenes go as, like, an 11-year-old's version of what sex must be like.
Yeah.
How old was Drew Sedaris when he directed this?
That's a good question.
Because it's like the whole, like, you know, think, oh, it must be cool to be, like, boobs are right there and you
Yeah.
can touch them and stuff. But then it's like, they, you know, kids don't know the actual logistics of what has to happen to have sex and all that. So it's just like a lot of touching and looking at boobs.
It feels so weird because it's actually, I feel like the actress was like, you can touch me here, no nipple touching.
Mm-hmm.
Do not put
Yeah.
your lips anywhere near my breasts.
Yeah.
Because it's all like, I will kiss you like right here on the sternum, on the arms, like graze your thigh. But it's seriously like hands never meet nipples or in mouth nowhere near it.
Yeah. And don't
mean-
kiss me on the mouth.
Yeah.
You can try, but I'm just going to whip my head all around in
Yeah.
every direction possible. You'll never get there.
Yeah, I'm just saying it felt like she was like laying boundaries because it literally looks like he's like safe, like he's playing Operation.
Yes.
Like, oh nope.
It's weird because he just like keeps looking at her breasts and then it's just like, well, I'll just kiss you in the flat part between them. And okay, that's safe.
sternum.
Okay. Yeah. I know. I'm just saying.
I'm saying
He already said
it's actually
sternum.
like above it. Like he doesn't even go like
Yeah.
in the cleavage area. It's
It's
Also, I noticed that like he used the back of his hands a lot. So it may have been she was just like, all right, you can be near me when I have most of my clothes off. Just no palms anywhere and no actual face on boob action.
Yep. But anyway, that happens, and then it's like, all right, cool. He got paired off. Movie over. No, one more final hot tub where they're all together, and it's like, apparently they've turned the gold into the CIA.
yeah, they turned it in.
And they're like, I
Idiots.
wonder what's going to happen with the gold. It's like, I don't know. Maybe they'll use it to pay for something. I heard it might go to a Civil War museum. I don't know. Champagne, anyone? And
Well,
then-
yeah, and then they're like, well, they've got a replacement for
well,
Dixon.
Yeah, Noble is like on the phone in the background.
Yeah.
She gets off. She's like, well, they already found a replacement for Dixon. They're like, oh, good. It'll probably be another stuffed shirt, tight ass. And it's like, yeah, I can't imagine what this guy's going to be like. And they all have a turn like dissing their soon-to-be boss. And she's like, well, actually, it's me. And
I'm
they're all
gonna
like,
stuff that
She's
shirt.
I'm going
"What?"
to stuff that shirt.
Yeah.
And they're like,
And she's like,
Clink.
she's like, there are going to be some changes around here, and it's like, yeah. And she's like, just kidding. We're gonna fucking solve mysteries.
I mean, that sounds like a
Man.
great life.
You know what?
Fucking solve some mysteries.
Listen, if she was
here
my boss
in
and that was her sales
Shreveport.
pitch, I'd be like, I will
Yeah.
work until I die.
Yeah.
I will.
Minimum wage.
Yeah. If you say fucking solve mysteries, count me in every day of the week.
I'll show up early. I will stay late.
Yeah.
I'll work.
I will put in overtime, fucking and solving mysteries.
I'll work pro boner. I mean bono.
The old pro boner.
I won't even ask to work from home. In fact, I'd prefer not to work from home.
Yeah, no.
If my job is fucking and solving mysteries.
I want to work from prone, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm a mystery sex machine right here.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, the movie just ends. They
Yep.
they all cheers and then that's it.
Drew Sedaris was about 30-something when he made this movie.
Oh, true.
I hope he'd had some sex.
Trust me. Andy Sedaris got that boy laid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy does seem like the guy who'd be like, come on, son, we're going to Vegas.
Yes, he does.
We're going to the
Go to the Bunny
Yeah.
Ranch.
Bunny Ranch time.
Yeah. Why don't
Yeah,
you go
he
scout
probably-
out cowboys early?
Yeah.
My boy here would like you to dance for him.
Yeah.
Want to make an extra $5?
Maybe that's just it. I feel like, you know what?
Fuck my son.
That explains the sex scene.
$5.
That was Champagne Rules sex scene. Is what that
It was.
Yeah.
It absolutely
That
was.
was-
it was.
That's the only way
you
he
can't
knows how
touch
to,
here, only
Yeah.
back of the hand. Yeah.
It's the only way he knows how to do it.
Yep. That makes total sense now.
I do want to say that actress is not asked back for any other Sedarises.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
So do we have a new noble in the next movie?
none of these characters exist.
Oh no, this is one off.
Yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah, These characters don't
canon,
exist.
Canon is back.
Canon is back? Okay.
Yes.
I just
Because I know
assumed that-
Julie Strain is in the next one, but she's obviously dead, so obviously.
Yeah.
New character.
Okay.
Third time for her. New
Fantastic.
character. They're just going to keep bringing her back.
She'll get it right eventually.
My God.
Okay, it's over.
I wish I could say that the jaunty Washington, D.C. music gets a star grove, but it does not.
No.
No,
but it is great to have jaunty Washington, D.C. music.
Did we point out that there are two main themes for this besides jaunty DC music? One of them is a knockoff of Lagrange,
Yes.
and one
Very
of them
much
is a
so.
knockoff of Sultans of Swing.
Yep.
It would be in Bizarro universe the actual Sultans of Swing.
Yep.
And in this movie, in the Bizarro universe, actual Sultans of Swing would be playing in the background. It's that close to a super good Dire Straits ripoff. Lagrange is not as good of a ripoff, but
close enough to where you then
know,
get Lagrange
yeah.
stuck in your
yeah,
head.
you know it's Lagrange.
Yeah.
I like what you said. You're not going to repeat it. They went out and hired. I don't want to steal your joke because that was really good.
Yeah, they went out and hired YY Bottom and oh fuck, I forgot what it was. I said Calm Crookeds.
Yeah, Calm Crickets. Yeah.
Calm Crookeds and YY Bottoms to do the music.
Yep. I liked it.
Why
approved.
bottoms? Why?
Man.
Why?
That's just what that park ranger was asking. Yeah. Was there a rating in there or just non-Stargrove?
Non-star.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Non-bro.
I'll go. No one else seems to want to go. I'll go.
Do it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so there's a lot that's kind of wrong with this movie, but also it's weird because I feel like the last 2 or 3 Sedaris movies have been like I was ready to stop.
Yeah.
Like they were just getting not fun, bad, like Donna was aging poorly. You know, there was a lot like going. I was like, "Oh, just
Wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up or like do something new. Like this is just isn't working anymore." There's a lot of bad and stilted dialogue in this. However, it's surprisingly fun in a stupid way, I think.
You guys had a blast over there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting somewhere between a 2 and a 3 jocks. I think only realistically because I'm gonna rate it like you're not watching it with us, and I'm just trying to say like I'm trying to temper your expectations. I'm gonna give it 2 jocks because you can have more fun with this than you will by yourself. Like if you go in the right mindset of this, because it's like
I don't know. If you're by yourself, you could have a different kind of fun.
yes, fine point to you.
Thanks.
But yeah, I don't know. There's goofy one-liners and like there's just enough like dumb explosion things. But man, this is so paint by numbers as far as like get here to get here to get here. And yeah, they kind of cut the whole like Civil War aspect down to like 2 minutes, like a literal montage over the credits of like this is how the gold got here. Let's go find it, and not had any of that bullshit in it. But
You know they were like production value. Look at it, and it's like nobody cares.
yeah, I don't know. Like that still feels semi-generous, but I'll see how you guys rate it.
Okay.
I will tell you just how generous it is.
Okay.
I think this one's going to get a bag for me. One of the bags. I don't remember how I've rated most of the other Sedaris movies we've watched, but like your side of the couch was
The fun side.
your side of the room was laughing and yucking it up the whole time. Mackie and I's side of the room was like, oh, okay.
I will say that the last Sedaris movie, Fit to Kill, you weren't here for.
Okay. Well, great. Now I know what I rated that,
Yes.
which was 0.
Yes.
I just maybe I'm immune to Sedaris style movies when they're not fucking over the top now, but this is just kind of pedestrian as this sort of things goes. The girls, guns, and G-strings sort of thing. Like, yeah, okay, we had a couple nice, 3 nice-looking ladies that were wearing very little clothing for a large portion of this movie, but I don't know. It just didn't do it. Like, it didn't do it for me. Like I mentioned earlier, it's 92 minutes long, and there's probably 30 to 35 minutes worth of padding.
Oh, easily.
And it just didn't trip my Picasso trigger, I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it one bag.
Okay.
I wish I liked it more. I wish I
Sure.
had as much fun as you guys.
Well,
Couldn't hear your jokes half the time. But.
I mean, up until Santiago walked into the shower and they're like, "What's up?" and he said, "Me," and then that started. I was like, "Oh God, this sucks. Like, this is fucking terrible." Like, young Sedaris is like, "Get out of my way, Dad. I'm gonna make a real movie," and it was like, "Oh no, you're not.
Yeah.
Don't you dare!" Because like, all you've done is hire the same actors who were bad but in a fun way in previous Sedaris movies and made them act serious, and that's not good. Like, if you're trying to tell a serious story here, fuck off, because none of this is remotely compelling. Like, I don't give a shit about this mediocre drug bust that is being you're suspended for, and then, oh, by the way, there's some gold in the woods that you've dreamed about since you were kids, and you literally stumble into it. I don't care. However, 1/10 of this movie pays off in a fun way. There are dumb lines and dumb, like, what the fuck is happening in this scene moments, and there are just little bits of, that's all right, that's pretty good, okay, I'm with you on that. And it's not a good movie, but for what we do, it's worth a recommendation. So I'm going to side with Harlow and give it 2 jocks. I think it's all right.
I don't think we mentioned that Becky at some point. I don't remember if it's
Becky Midnight, please.
Yeah, Becky Midnight. I don't know if it's the first time she fires the crossbow or if it's when she blows up the guy.
When she blows up the guy.
When she blows up the guy.
She does the yes.
Yes, that's a
Yeah,
Sedaris trademark of just like, yes.
The Home Alone, like, I just crossbowed a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling more generous than you guys. I'm going 3 jocks.
Wow. And you were pretty quiet.
I know.
You were a champion, though, of the Washington music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever it came up, you were the loudest.
I got excited. I love jaunty Washington music.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's one of those things that just feels like, I mean, like, we'll never catch that dragon that is Hard Ticket to Hawaii, where it's just like insanity piled on insanity piled on insanity.
Yeah.
Like and man, it hurts not being in Hawaii anymore.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, guys, just fucking go to Hawaii. I mean, for real. Like, why wouldn't you stay there?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you go to fucking Shreveport just to film this
Or
stuff?
go to actual Shreveport instead of the woods outside of Shreveport.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had so much fun. Like I think I enjoyed it so much because the acting was so consistently bad across the board. It wasn't like, there was one person wandering in being Julie Strain, like
Right.
everyone's bad.
She fit in.
And to me, yeah, that almost works better when basically everybody sucks at acting. That, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I was not nearly as bored as I had been with the past few actual Sedaris entries.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was new things, but not necessarily all good things, but like fresh enough that it was like...
but like, you give an explosive tipped crossbow that you've mentioned multiple times. It
And
explodes
keep paying
3
it off.
seconds later.
And the-
yeah,
and the thing is-
blowing up that one dude and the flare gun explosion. It was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, come on.
like, it sounds weird because on paper, you think, oh, yeah, I want to see the one with Eric Estrada or Pat Morita or somebody like that, and it like being in these things, that makes it worse. Like bringing like a known quantity in to like
Yeah.
be in these sleazeball movies somehow brings the whole thing down. I feel like,
Yeah.
and it's just like, no, you don't belong here. I've seen you on real things, and I can't buy this.
It just makes you feel bad for him.
Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, Eric Estrada did this because he wants to touch some boobs, like those weird scenes. Just like no,
It's like, dude, you totally can. You
Yeah,
just don't
yeah.
have to do it in this movie.
right? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just having mostly all unknowns on board is like that works better for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, it's fun. I liked it.
well, shall we take a break and say bid a fond adieu to BJ
Yes.
for the evening?
I'm going to take a break from this episode of the podcast.
Okay.
And I will return next time.
Well, good night.
Awesome.
And good luck.
Yes.
And if I don't see you. For real, though, I'm going.
We, you know,
For real.
but like for real, he's leaving.
Bye.
We're still probably gonna have a short second half, but still
Yeah.
take a quick break.
Break. Bow. Bow.
Ouch.
Ouch. Ew.
So, when are we doing no quarters?
Tomorrow.
Whenever you guys say, I got nothing. So, whenever
Lots of games.
whenever you guys feel like it's time to talk video games, just let me know. But
Okay.
give me advance notice so I can advertise it accordingly.
Yeah, I know.
I will say we have a dedicated October theme month. So at any
So
point,
sometime in September.
that
we
would be
need to
good.
do
Yeah.
it. All right.
Is it October Breast?
Should be.
Breast Awareness Month?
Right.
I like that.
Cocktober, maybe?
Yes. Just be hot dongers all month long.
Oh, I like that even more. Yeah. Let's do this.
Wait, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I like
All right.
chickens.
Yeah.
What?
I like chicken.
Cocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that guy did in the movie, remember?
Um,
Keep fucking that chicken.
the only second half-ish contribution that I'll throw in for the live stream audience here is they hang some dong in season 3 of Glow.
Oh.
Yeah. There's penis. It surprised me. And everybody
Surprise dong.
else.
Yeah, I think in Amazon's The Boys, there are multiple dongs, no female nudity whatsoever.
So
Yeah.
it really is, you know.
It's all about the boys.
The third episode of Chernobyl. Dong City.
Oh yeah, that's
I've heard
that's
that
one
about
with the
Chernobyl.
miners,
Yeah.
right? Well, as in guys
yes.
digging a mine.
Thank you.
Not,
Thank you for
not
clarifying that.
underage.
Yes. But like when the nudity warning popped up at the beginning, I was like, "Man, HBO, you're just gonna get your dongs in wherever you can, aren't you?" And it was just like, "Here's a bunch of floppy dongs." I'm like, "All right."
Yeah. It was
Dong.
funny.
Someone at
There's floppy
HBO is just like,
dongers.
"Man, more dongs in our shows,
Yeah.
please."
Like I came home from BMFcast and Jen was like watching Chernobyl. I'm like, wow, you really wanted to brighten up your day, huh?
Yeah. Has she watched all of Chernobyl?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that episode was
Okay.
not her favorite. Good night, BJ.
I just watched that episode like Tuesday and was going to send you a text like, "You guys can never watch Chernobyl."
No.
Okay, but if it's already happened, then fine.
Yeah.
Needless to say, the dog dies
Yeah, plenty.
again and again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I did
again.
not see that. I think I only saw the one with the guys digging.
with the dongs.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that show was just relentlessly grim.
Yes, it is.
Which, and it's just so fucked up that it actually happened,
We've been watching one every 2 weeks because that's the most we can tolerate it.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Have you finished it?
No, we got one more left.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We've balanced it out with the Righteous Gemstones, which,
I
if you're not watching...
Oh, I am.
Okay, good.
I can't do that one.
No?
Like religious people being shitty, just I know it's making fun of them, but like just that whole thing makes my skin crawl.
I thought it
Religious people being hypocritically
well, hey,
shitty.
sorry. I didn't know it was going to be a...
Did you just shut down the live stream?
No, I clicked a thing on IMDb. I should have done that.
No.
I thought it was going to be skin crawly, but it's almost like the fact that they are mega preachers isn't important. Like it is, but it isn't.
I mean, yeah, I think that's the thing. Is it's like it's not poking fun at religion. It's poking fun at the people that make a profit off of religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean-
I get that, but I don't want any part of that. It's just one of those things that like
I mean, it's like
even if it's Danny McBride shitting all over these people, it's like I don't need to experience that.
it's basically like every mega church is full of bullshit. You just know that, and this
Yeah.
is like here's the bullshit,
yeah.
and it's not mean. It's surprisingly good natured for what it's doing, but it's I can see how you might think that.
Yeah, and like and I guess like I still kind of have a sour taste in my mouth from Vice Principals, which I loved the first season despite them being just pieces of shit.
Yeah, I
and the
couldn't
second season, like I got 3 episodes in, and I was like, I do not give a shit about who shot him.
Yeah.
and that's all they have him doing, and I'm like, and you only did 2 seasons, like, and you knew you were only going to do 2 seasons. Why are you wasting all this time on a subplot that's just bullshit?
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll ever finish it.
I didn't finish the first season, so
Oh, really?
yeah, I got to the one where they went to the lady's house and destroyed it.
Oh, you only got like 2 episodes in.
yeah, and I was just like, man, I don't know.
That one works because she gets to strike back at them.
Okay. I figured. I mean, we didn't consciously stop, but both of us were just like, yeah, I don't want to watch another one right away. And then it was just like everything else took over.
Yeah, that season works because she's such a well-drawn character.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's also like she has to project this one image of herself, and then you finally get to see like what she's actually like, because they fucking, like they keep fucking with her until they break her down by the end of the season, and then you're just like, you feel even worse for her, because at first they set you up to kind of hate her, because it's like, well, who's this bitch telling us what to do? We should have gotten that job, all this stuff, and then by the end it's like, no, she was imminently more qualified than you, and yeah. But yeah, then the second season just like doesn't work, or at least didn't work for me. So I don't know if it ever got better, but anyway, same team.
I didn't finish Vice Principals. I think I did about the same thing as you. Like I got like 3 or 4 episodes into season 2. It was just like, this isn't doing it for me.
Yeah. Well, and also like Walton Goggins just being unleashed to be as shitty as he wants to be completely in that second season, kind of like sours you on
he's
him.
He's coming to Righteous Gemstones.
He shows up next week. Yeah.
I was gonna say like they keep teasing him, but it's like he hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah. Oh, he's coming in a big way next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking what that show's doing so far. But I guess I get it. But
okay. So what do you guys have for second half?
I just have a movie.
Okay.
I mean, I can talk quickly about rewatching movies, but I usually try to avoid that. I'll do it quickly.
You got a new take on it.
Maybe it's been a while.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You got anything there, Chuck, or are you just knee deep in horror?
Yeah, pretty much. But let me just double check that I didn't watch anything relevant. Yo, show me my list, yo. Thank you. Blah 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 blah.
Are you still playing Hollow Knight?
I haven't in a while, but I mean, I haven't exactly given up on it either.
Okay. I just like
got back in a big way.
Yeah, I'm way down the rabbit hole in this, and I keep finding new areas. Like every time I think, I'm like, God, there can't possibly be anything else in this map. It's like, nope, here's this whole new area that you found this hidden passage, and now you're suddenly in this entirely new area. It's like, oh my God, game, just stop showing me stuff. I'm sick of you. But not in a bad way.
Yeah, I fired up, if we're talking about video games real fast, I fired up Dead Cells again, thinking, oh yeah, there's a new content update. And I was like, oh yeah, that's if you can beat it with 5 boss cells, there's new content. And I was like...
Is that where they put it? They put it that far back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I know there was one that it was at least 2 cells.
Yeah.
And I'm just not good enough to do even
run
1 cell.
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna say,
really hard.
1 boss cell is real tough. Yeah, anything beyond that. I haven't beaten it up with 1 yet, so... Yeah, because it's just like they throw you really hard enemies when you have nothing.
Yeah. It's like you almost have to have purchased all the upgrades, that you can drop.
That's just it. Like, I mean, I have a little bit more to go on the boss cells or whatever they are, save up to get a better chance at, I think, plus or whatever, and then it'll get maxed out. Like, I have a little bit more to throw in that, so it might take me like 2 or 3 more runs to complete that, but then... I think I'll just have to be on
it's
one
like
boss cell. Right?
Yeah, it's like you have to be planning to get through, what's his face? That first boss.
Oh, the first hand? Yeah.
Just so you can throw
the concierge.
Yes, just so you can throw the cells at that.
Right.
At that purchase spot.
I mean,
because you can't just break the doors to go past the first.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah. But God, it just takes so long.
It does.
And then, you know,
and if you fuck up, you just lose cells, and that sucks.
yeah. Gotta have that YOLO.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're gonna do that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like on no boss cell runs, I can blow through the concierge. I almost did a take no damage run the other day,
Yeah.
and I just fucked it up one jump.
Oh.
Like I was just a little bit off by a pixel, and I was like, "Fuck!" I had his little shield. Yeah, because he just trapped me in the corner. And I was like, "God damn it!" Went to try to
Yeah.
jump out and just hit the shield as he was activating it. I was like, "Damn it!"
Yeah, and I was wrong. I actually did not beat Dead Cells on Switch the first time I played it. I got to the Hand of the King and died to him.
Yeah. Now I can beat the hand like it's nobody's business too. Like,
Well, I hadn't unlocked anything.
oh yeah.
Like,
No, I'm
like
saying,
it was
like, yeah.
literally my first game.
I
did
no,
that.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, yeah, like he used to
Yeah.
be like fucking impossible. Now it's like pff, whatever. I just like to avoid conjunctivitis or whatever the hell's the name is. Like, I
Oh,
hate that
God,
fucking
yeah.
guy.
Conjunctivius.
Yeah, sure. Conjunction junction.
That, I
What's your
believe that's
function?
the hardest achievement in the game is beating him without taking damage.
Fuck that guy.
I don't even know how you
I
do
hate
it.
that, and I hate going through the Forgotten Sepulcher. Those are like the two
Oh,
things.
yeah.
If I could avoid those,
That's
I
the one
run-
with the like the gassy area, right?
Yeah, yeah, the one where you have to like get the lights or you start losing.
yeah.
Fuck that level.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah, fuck that forever.
I made the mistake. I just went the wrong direction. I used up a key in the Silt Village, or what is Stilt Village? And
Oh.
it was like I went to the wrong thing and I didn't have an extra key, and I was like, "Fuck!" I just opened up the Sepulcher I have to go through, and I fucking died in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I got to an area and I was like, "Where the fuck are the lights?" I could not find one.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, I don't know why we're talking about video games. Let's talk about
I
more
just
movies.
Brought up. Yeah. All right. I just got TV show to talk about. So.
All right, welcome back.
Hey.
Yeah.
Second half.
Half number 2. Sans,
BJ took off this
sans the
time.
BJ. Wait.
Oh.
That sounds wrong.
I thought that was every second half.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, I think once again I have the newest movie, even though it's brand new and yet not new at all.
Okay.
So
What is it?
We've talked about the Disney live action remake things. I have had yet until now never seen one. I didn't watch The Jungle Book, didn't watch Cinderella, any of the old ones they've been doing for a few years now.
You didn't watch Pete's Dragon?
Nope.
Okay.
That was already a live action movie.
Yeah, it kind of was.
With animation. But no, I was like, all right, if I'm going to do one, I'm going to pick one that's one of my favorite Disney movies. I didn't want to go see Lion King in the theater, so next best thing was I saw Aladdin, which is probably my second favorite of the generation of Disney movies.
God, I forgot they did that this year.
Yep.
Holy
First off, I'll say it's not bad. I mean, if you're getting like irrationally angry at these things, don't just stop going to see them, or people will stop going to see them eventually, and they will just end, and they will cease to be. And the original thing will still be there. So, like, don't get your panties in a bunch about that. That's dumb. As a reviewing the movie, I have to say there's a couple weird things. First off, I totally forgot it was a Guy Ritchie movie, which is fucking weird.
Yeah, that is really strange.
That's just his career trajectory is just fucking bizarre, honestly, at this point. But all that aside, it's like I would like a paycheck too for just almost shot for shot remaking a movie. That seems like a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I mean, Jon Favreau did it with the Jungle Book, right? Yeah, so it's like, yeah, why not?
Jungle Book's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking any of these. Here's the weird thing I noticed about it, and this is the thing. The only thing I can like say that just honestly, I was like, what? Why is this happening? Is it was kind of in the cartoon, but they basically make Aladdin like parkour Aladdin. Especially in the street rat riffraff thing. He's like bouncing all around the city and doing all this crazy parkour shit. But they're doing like weird speed ramping. Like it's like sped up in areas for like not speed ramping, because I think that's more the 300 like thing. But I mean, it's just like there's like Keystone Cops sped up shit.
Ew.
And it's like, what? Like it's just, and it's not as obvious as Keystone Cops or something like that. It's just like it's just sped up enough that it's like, no, don't do that. Like you have wires and shit now. Like you don't. There's literally no reason to do this. Like film it in slow motion and then run it back at normal speed. Like it's just off enough that it's like, nah, like that doesn't work. But yeah, I mean, like it's the whole thing is like it's a series of like you're watching the movie and just like, I probably should just be watching the animated one because it's like it's better in like every way. Like other than like I can go like, hey, Jasmine's super hot, and I don't have to feel weird. You know, I mean, because I mean, it's just like,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
saying, like, if
sure.
you have, you know, it's like, just yeah. I mean, she was hot in the Power Rangers movie too. But anyway, it's like, it's fine. Like, it's like it, but it's like, it's all the songs. It's all the things you remember. It's like there's not a lot different. There's like minor differences of ways things play out, but like not like we're gonna reinvent Aladdin completely. You know, I do like that. Like they let Will Smith's genie do his own thing and not, you know, riff on Robin Williams stuff. You know, that was obviously like a concern. Like especially with just him being the force of nature that he was. It was
Right.
like, you can't just like, all right, I'm going to go re-record all his weird, crazy jokes that were also, you know, weirdly anachronistic when the movie came out to Aladdin anyway. You know, plus now it's weird because it's like they're all early 90s jokes and references. So he was just kind of doing his own thing, and it wasn't quite so pop culture weirdness, you know, like riffing that he was doing.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. I mean, you know, like I know everyone was like, "Oh, you look so stupid blue," and it's like, okay, you know, like I don't know. I just didn't have any problems that like people seemed to be outraged by it, and I adore Aladdin, you know, the animated one, you know, but this was just like, it was fine. It didn't make me particularly upset. It made me reminiscent for like watching the actual movie, and I probably will in the near future again, just because it's been a while. That was the weirdest thing about it. Is just like, at the end of the day, all I can say is like, it's fine. It just made me long for watching the actual movie. You know, like they can make a couple of choices that are a little weird. Like, yeah, it's like Iago the parrot like doesn't talk. It's just like he talks like a parrot would, but with a little bit more. It's not like he just like, you know, in the animated one, it's like he's acting like a parrot, like, "Rah, I'm saying things back," and then like, you know, when people leave and it's just him and Jafar, he's like, "Oh, anyway," you know, like I just mean to actually talk to you, like I can have a full conversation.
Right.
This is more like he's just like, "Hey, you know, street rat over there," you know, just like saying things like still in parrot voice, but like also probably kind of being smarter than a parrot should, more like a familiar, you know, or whatever the hell he was supposed to be. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's not bad. If you're in for watching these, you could do worse, I'm sure. Like I said, my biggest complaint was just like the weird parkour. You know, I don't, like I said, it's not speed ramming. It's just artificial fast. You know,
Yeah.
speed ups for whatever reason. It's dumb.
Artificial fastenings.
Yeah, fastenings. Yes.
We call it On Her Majesty's Secret Servicing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, it's just subtle enough that it's like that doesn't look right. I don't know.
I can't get over all their live action remakes. Like in the back of my head, I can't stop thinking about how, okay, you're just doing this for rights issues,
Probably
just to
yeah.
maintain your license or your copyright or what the fuck ever.
Are
You
they
know,
though? 'Cause
considering Disney's the one who forced copyright law to change so that their shit wouldn't go into the public domain.
Are they though?
20 years ago?
Because I mean, like, yes, they probably are, but at the same time, it's weird because they're not doing them in the release order. You know, I feel like if they were being that obvious, like, it's like we would already have the Little Mermaid first,
Yeah.
and then done Beauty and the Beast, and then Lion King and Aladdin, and you know, it's like they're not doing them in the order. Like, oh well, it's time's coming up. Like, yeah,
See, I think if it was a rights case, they would just be shitting out more direct-to-video sequels.
yeah,
yeah.
The way I see these is that, well, one, they make money, so they're like, well, let's keep doing it. I mean, that's probably the primary thing. The other thing I think is that they can film these live action now because you can, and whereas before they had to be animated because you just can't do that story any other way.
Yeah.
And that's why they're doing it. Is like the technology has arrived to where we can do these stories live action and have it be the same story and have it be convincing within its own universe.
yeah. I feel like this actually probably started with good intentions, like this whole thing. Because if you think back, like, what was the first one? Was it the Jungle Book, or how? When did they start this whole?
When was
train?
Cinderella?
Yeah, they did a Cinderella.
Was it
one.
Cinderella first,
And
and
then
Jungle
Beauty and the
Book?
Beast was a while back.
No,
and-
that was a good ways in.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm saying like I can get it. I can kind of understand with like Cinderella and Jungle Book because those are really old animated movies. Like those, I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. Like the hand animated stuff looks great in my opinion, but it's like it's a harder sell to be like, hey kids, you want to watch this animated Disney movie from 1954? And they're like, no, that's before you were born. No, like
Yeah.
that's crazy. No, but you can suddenly say like, well, you like this version. Now do you want to see the original one? Like, then you can like resell that copy of the 60, 70-year-old movie.
Well, I also think, on the other hand, they don't have to go out and strive for original content because they own so many other properties that are doing it for them anyway.
Sure.
They've got Star Wars and Marvel. That's covering most of your bases of, they're not going to make... Disney was let's do the Rocketeer, let's do Dick Tracy, let's do these things. And it's like, well, no, we've got a whole other arm of things doing that for that kind of audience now. So what have we got? Well, we can put money into development, or we can just remake our own shit.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be doing it if they weren't making a bazillion
Well,
dollars.
yeah, and they also know that they've got their easy money from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I feel like, it's absolutely easy money. I'm saying like the early ones, like if they were like tackling, if like they wanted to do Snow White or, some of these like really old ones. Actually, I guess if you really go back, it's like they did 101 Dalmatians and stuff back.
They did, yeah.
In the long ago,
And they're doing it again.
Right. I'm saying, yeah. So they already like dug back into like some of the older wells, before. But like, yeah, I get maybe making something that's 40, 50 plus years old, remaking it to reintroduce it and keep it relevant in the parks and the animated versions.
Well,
but,
Lady and the Tramp is debuting on Disney Plus.
yeah, but I mean, like these things are like, I mean, maybe it's just because it's what we grew up with. But I'm like, these aren't that old, and it's not that hard of a sell to like have someone watch The Lion King, like the animated one. Like, there's like the music is still good and contemporary enough that they're not gonna be like, what's this? Yeah, why is it banjo music? Like something like like I don't know. It's just, but I'm not offended by it either. I'm just like, it was fine. It just halfway through, like by the time they got to like Whole New World, I was just like, I just kind of want to be watching the original one. Like that version's fucking great. And not what's her name, Naomi Scott, who's playing Jasmine. Like she's belting it out. Like I feel like everyone else is like almost feels embarrassed. I don't know. That's the weird way. Like I mean, I just feel like
they're holding back.
Yeah. Like I mean, they're like there's one scene like where it's
Like the guy in the shack who blew up in
well,
the movie.
well, like there's like when Aladdin does like kind of like the refrain, like the sad version of the Riff Raff Street Rat thing. It's like he's all alone, probably on a completely CG set, and it just felt I could feel like the actor being self-conscious.
Oh, sure.
And it's like she's just like, I'm gonna fucking sing my heart out.
Yeah.
And but it was just like, it was real weird. I was like, you can like just fucking really sing, dude, if you can,
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's fine. They do a few like little twists that I guess it's worth watching. Yeah. It's certainly not as offensive as people that are on the like Disney's running everything bandwagon thing, whatever. No.
I mean, I've basically heard the same reaction from every person close to our age who is like, I took my kid to see The Lion King. I thought it was fine, but unnecessary. My kid thought it was dope.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just that this is what a generation of people want to put their eyes on.
Sure.
I guess we're just old men.
Probably we're getting there. I know I'm there, but like I said, I'm not angry yet. I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. It does not erase Aladdin, the 1992 movie.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, I'm not opposed to any of these. I just don't care.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
I will
there's no
watch-
appeal.
Yeah,
it's
I haven't
like,
seen any of them. So
Yeah.
I will watch the
kinda
Lion
have
King
no
one. Obviously,
horse.
I have a huge like curiosity with that one because that is my favorite Disney animated movie.
And I mean,
it's not Pixar.
I watched The Jungle Book out of curiosity for like, how are you going to make a live action Jungle Book? And then the Jungle Book doesn't really follow the original Jungle Book. It's close, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and isn't the original Jungle Book like 63 minutes or something super
It's kind of short, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Jungle Book has a ridiculous cast. So that was a draw for me to just be like, what is this? And so I would see a live action Nightmare Before Christmas remake because how the hell are you going to do that? That's one where I look at the animation and go, you can't translate that that would be a difficult sell for a live action movie. I know you guys don't like the Nightmare.
No, I'm
Before
saying like Tim Burton himself would just do it, like instead of like
well, he would because he remakes everything.
well, what I'm saying. I mean, everyone says
That's right. He
it's-
made Dumbo
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Holy
yeah,
fuck!
I know.
I mean,
What are they doing this year? Oh my god!
yeah. I mean, Tim Burton, believe it or not, did not direct Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah,
Most
I know.
people don't understand
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
like
They slapped his name on it like he
yes,
did.
but I'm saying like he could quite literally remake that movie himself, and it would fit within his like. I mean, he went.
Yeah, but but you're looking at like Selleck's animation style with all that is such a huge part of that movie.
Yes,
You know.
I get it. I'm saying like he fucking went. I mean, like it or not with the results, he fucking went for it in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like that movie is fucking out there in terms of visuals. I don't care for it. It's just
Yeah.
you know.
But, I mean, overall, here's the deal. Disney has always done this. They remake all of their stuff. The Shaggy Dog, Flubber, The Love Bug. They remake everything. They remake it for television, and then they remake it 10 years after that as a big budget movie. They do this all the time.
Sure.
It's what Disney does.
Yeah.
It just keeps their brands in the public consciousness. That's all it does. And it used to kind of be because they had their stupid vault where it was just like, this is gone, and the only way
they
you could...
still do, Chuck.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like... They would put these things away and then just be like, the only way you can ever experience anything Lion King is to rent the Lion King 1.5 on DVD, you know, and it's just like, So, I mean, that's just Disney. They don't know any other way. And like I said, because they have so many other studios now, they don't have to do anything else.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not angry. It's just like, nah, that was. I will never watch that version again. You know, it's just like.
It's like I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. It was fine, but I will move on back to the animation.
I'm telling you, that Guy Ritchie version of Robin Hood is pretty good.
Yeah.
Not Robin. Shit. King Arthur. Yes.
Oh, I believe me. I had never written off Guy Ritchie. Like there was something he made in between. I was like, damn, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But did he make Man from Uncle?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I love that. Like they cut away from action and that's I adore that. Like it's just happening in the background. Like here's crazy action scene. You're not watching it.
Right.
That's just so good.
Well, he also made the 2 Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr.
True.
So those are better than you think they'd be.
Yes. I feel like getting away from, like Iron Man, like watching them now, I feel like would be better. Like I feel like I watched I never did try to watch the second one, but I thought the first one was okay. I think
I've only ever seen the first
I think I would like it more now. Like I feel like that was like the first we are, hook, line, and sinker trying to make you believe RDJ is Iron Man, and it was like, here he is in this other thing. He's going to be in another big box office thing, and it's like, no. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's like when Daniel Craig was making things in between just starting to be James Bond. It was like, no, do not want. Like, I'm just trying to buy you as James Bond right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's all.
God, you saying Daniel Craig just made me remember the trailer for Knives Out.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that looks fucking atrocious. Holy shit.
I don't think I've watched this.
Oh my God. Like, I can't imagine a movie made with more people I like in it that looks like just repulsive to me. Like, I like that whole trailer. I was just like, oh my God, what the fuck is everybody doing? Like, what are you good people doing? So I guess the moral of the story is Rian Johnson probably shouldn't make comedies, or at least cut better trailers for them.
I know nothing about this. I haven't seen it. I don't.
It's a whodunit with a really fantastic cast, but Anyway. You don't have anything, do you, Chuck?
No.
Yeah. Just watching horror movies?
Yep.
Prepping?
Yes, prepping.
Prepping.
Got a bunker,
Yep.
stocking it full of horror movies.
Yeah, got my bug out bag.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I watched season 1 of Amazon's The Boys.
How many episodes?
Those rowdy rapscallions, The Boys. There's 8 episodes.
Okay.
In a season.
8
1-hour episodes.
First question I must ask, and then you may talk away.
Okay.
Have you read the comic?
I have not.
Okay. That was one of those things I've been meaning to read for years because Garth Ennis and Preacher and all that stuff, but it just I never got around to it, and now I'm like, I'm gonna make myself watch it or read it before I watch the show, if that makes any sense. So it shouldn't.
You sure you want to do that?
I don't know.
I know there's differences.
Okay. I mean, I just
Because I
I mean,
looked some
Preacher's
stuff
very
up
different
after.
too. I mean, Preacher starts and goes in different directions, but
Yeah.
I'm happy. Like, I'm not one of those people that, like, I just got finished saying I didn't care about the remake of one of my favorite Disney movies. I don't care about the Divergence and Preacher or whatever else thing. I'm perfectly happy divorcing the two.
I'm just amazed they even tried to make Preacher
Sure.
as a TV show
Yeah.
because like the places the comic goes is just holy fuck people. Like
Yeah.
I like
I think there is some of that in that.
yeah.
There definitely was in the first season.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean Preacher that's a comic I almost don't want to go back to
Sure.
because I read it God, it's been almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
But it was one of those, like, I think the world has changed around what that was back then.
I know. Yeah.
And now reading it, I'd probably be like, man, this is some edgelord bullshit. Because for a while, The Boys feels like a lot of edgelord bullshit. Like, it is oppressively cynical. Like, there's nobody good. It's just this whole, like, the world is shit. And it's just kind of like, for a while, like, Jen was the one more interested in watching it. So I stuck with it. But there was a point I wanted to stop because I'm just like, if I want to see shitty, powerful people getting away doing evil things, I'll watch the fucking news. I don't need to watch a TV show that's just that. And it's kind of like, I know the comics from, I think it was like 2006, 2007. And it's like, we already treaded that ground even like 5 or 6 years earlier with X-Force and X-Status with Milligan and Allard's run, which is basically, hey, it's a superhero team that are just reality TV stars, and they don't actually really do anything. They're just famous for being superheroes, even though they don't really save anybody from anything.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this show is like. Is it's like, yeah, they're superheroes, but they're shit. And it's also sold really weird, in that like they act like these are the guys who keep superheroes in line, and they are not. No,
Okay.
no, they are not at all. But it's also really well made, and it's really well acted and edited and paced, and like all of everything about making it on a technical level is terrific.
Yeah.
Except for maybe the one fight scene in the last episode is atrocious, and they also, because it's a TV show, they kind of shy away from doing any sort of actual superhero action. You know, there's a lot of like them just sitting in the boardroom talking about being superheroes. You know.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was a limited run, just like Preacher. I feel like it's a thing I could sit and read in like an afternoon or two. So I feel like it's not a big time sink to just read through the whole run.
Yeah, and from my understanding, the comic is even more cynical than the show is.
Probably, yeah.
And it's kind of like, that's always going to be a tough sell. But I think they twist things around enough that I'm interested, and they do end the first season on a very solid place to start a second season.
Not that it. I don't know if you like to follow up your shows with similar shows, but I feel like you never watched Umbrella Academy, and I feel like
I did not.
I feel like you should.
No.
I mean, just kind of cynical superhero thing, and not as cynical probably. It's just good, and I think you should watch it.
Yeah, I think Jen finally wants to give in and watch Good Omens, so I might do that first, because that's only like 6 episodes, right?
5.
Yeah,
5.
It's real quick.
Yeah. See, I love these short seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I could almost feel like I could try to sell you on Doom Patrol, but like that's a whole. And I know you hear DC stuff and you're like, nope, checked out.
Pretty much.
But it's so fucking weird that it's kind of good.
Yeah. Well, Doom Patrol's always been a weird thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's so completely divorced from anything like quote unquote DC universe. Really, like there's Easter eggs and shit, but it's like you have to be looking.
Yeah.
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 Plus it has Timothy Dalton in it.
Yeah.
Saying that.
It's so weird that we have so many shows now that are basically just, all right, it's an 8-hour movie. Just treat it like that. Whereas, I mean, The Boys is paced like a TV show. Like episodes will end on a point where like, oh shit, now what? You know? And they also will have a specific theme for each episode, which there is one where it's basically Starlight, who is the superhero, has been recruited to basically the Justice League. It's like they call it the 7, but it's very much like, you know, now you get to be part of the Justice League, and you were a nobody before this. And she was kind of like a religious sheltered girl from like Iowa or whatever, and they actually send her to like one of those religious conferences, you know, like a religious revival festival thing, and like she's going to be one of the speakers there. And they are it's interesting to see a show not shy away from that shit and just be like, wow, there's a lot of bullshit here. Like, wow. And like to actually call it out and point it out on a TV show is interesting to me, because most shows just are not willing to do that. But then again, I guess they figure a show like that is like ludicrously gory and violent and everything else. I guess they figure we're not getting the religious people anyway, so might as well just fucking run with it. But
I mean, not surprising to me. I don't think Garth Ennis is much
oh,
into religion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like Preacher, I was like, you're gonna put Preacher on AMC? Like, wow. All right, guys.
Yeah,
Like
good
that.
luck.
That was way more suited to HBO, where you could just literally do anything you fucking wanted.
This is why I'm just baffled by the world in the time that I've been alive. I'm not saying I'm super old. I'm not super young, but I am utterly baffled by the world in my lifetime that like people were losing their goddamn minds over The Last Temptation of Christ, and yet Preacher is on fucking basic cable television.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, hold up. Like,
Yeah.
despite the name of the movie, like Last Temptation
It's
of
a
Christ,
deeply religious movie.
it is.
It
It is literally like there's like 5 minutes of what if besides what exactly is in the fucking book.
Yeah,
There's like
and
there's 5 minutes of like maybe.
and spoilers, it's Jesus rejecting that.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
It's really bizarre. Like
Yeah.
I'm like that.
It's like it's made by Scorsese, who's like a devout Catholic.
I
Like,
know.
what the fuck is wrong with you
Yeah,
people?
there's
But
like I said, there's a 5 minute Marvel what ifs section of that movie. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's like this is literally in the fucking book, guys.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I will note, Seth Rogen executive produced both
Yeah, I know.
Preacher
Yeah.
and this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing, but yeah, the world's gone crazy.
yeah, but I do like that Simon Pegg shows up as Huey's dad, and apparently Huey in the comic is modeled after Simon Pegg.
Oh,
Nice.
But it's really weird hearing Simon Pegg speak with an American accent.
yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's also, I think he's only there because of that, because that character does not get much to do at all.
Yeah. You done?
Yeah.
Speaking of
Sure.
religious icons,
Uh-oh.
huh? Segways. I recently rewatched the Matrix trilogy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I 4K. Like, there's a Keanu sale on iTunes.
Yeah, there is.
The $5 for like every Keanu movie. Not $5 for all of them, but $5 each.
I even bought the Animatrix.
Nice. All right.
It's not in 4K, but I bought
I'm
it.
gonna
anyway.
I'm gonna live with my Blu-ray copy of the Animatrix. That's good
Yeah.
enough for me.
That's
I
fine.
don't feel the need to revisit that too often. Yeah. Okay. So first off, just technically speaking, the 4K remasters of the Matrix are pretty damn good.
What color are they?
The right one.
Oh, well, what's that?
Green.
Well, they're greenish when they're supposed to be, and then but the day scenes are like normal color.
Oh, I knew they changed the first one to match the 2 and 3 on one specific transfer.
Oh Jesus, I don't know then.
Okay.
I mean,
It's a complicated history that I stopped following, but I remember like the first DVD had the theatrical transfer, and then when they made 2 and 3 and changed the color scheme, they were like, we have to change 1 to match that. And then at some point, I thought they changed it back, but I wasn't sure.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't really care.
Everything Matrixy has a color palette. Everything in like the real world has a color palette, and then everything in like the daytime Matrix has like a different color palette. You know, it's like, but they all seem to match throughout all 3 movies. That being said, it's been a long time since I watched all 3 movies. Actually, it's been a while since I watched any of them. Now that I think about it, I think I would watch certain scenes for like, hey, test out new TV or sound system or whatever. Like, go to the lobby scene or the freeway chase or whatever for testing things out. Man, like, here's the weird thing. Like, Matrix 1, obviously, it's kind of a masterpiece. It changed cinema as we know it in both terms of like filmmaking and film advertising. Like, the way they advertised that movie was amazing. And it was just like, here's just enough, get interested. And everyone's like, holy shit, you know, like it was probably one of the last like pure experiences I feel like the world had as far as like tease for movie, people reacting positively. I feel like after that, the internet got what it is now, and it was like anything after that is like tease. That wasn't exactly what I imagined. That fucking sucks. You know, that was the vocal majority.
I feel like that turned on Blair Witch a few months later.
Sure, yeah. I mean, yeah,
because that was
did.
marketed in much the same way,
Yeah.
and people got to the end of that and were like, "Oh, fuck all this."
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But I mean, I feel like Matrix was like probably one of the last pure experiences of like tease, you know, thing, ecstasy. Like most people were just like,
Well, yeah.
"Fuck yeah, that's
Well,
exactly
I mean, that
what I
movie
wanted."
pays off
Yeah.
over and over and over.
Exactly. But anyway, regardless of all that, like I still think it's great. my opinions of Reloaded and Revolutions have not really changed much over the years. And to say that I've always been kind of positive on them, like much more so than I think a lot of people. There is some god awful ass atrocious CG in 2 that they start to go away from in 3. Like the Burly Man fight looks fucking bad
It
and
does.
always has.
Yep.
And there's like a lot of like agent bouncing, like even in the freeway chase, I forgot like how bad like the agent bouncing off the car thing was. Like some of that, like no, we can do full CG person. It's like no, you really couldn't at the time. Like there was a lot of that, and they leaned into that heavily in the second one, and they mostly go away from it in the third one because the third one gets, other than like there's a bajillion Agents Smith running around. It's like the thing is like they weren't 100% CG. They got a shitload of people with the same body and head type as Hugo Weaving and just put his face on them. Like so that was mostly all real people and not like digital recreations for like they did in like Lord of the Rings and shit. So it looks a whole lot better in that one. And I'm mostly positive on Reloaded and Revolutions and always have been. And I like it that really hasn't changed. Like I think it's a good arc. Like I feel like the thing I can most easily compare it to, strangely enough, even though plot wise absolutely not the same at all, is Back to the Future. Like undoubtedly Back to the Future 1, Matrix 1 are fucking masterpieces. Your opinions on the sequels, your mileage may vary. A lot of people fucking love 2 Back to the Future. I don't dislike it. I just think it's overrated. Like a lot of people will say, like it's better than 1. I'm like, no, fuck you. It is not
you're
better.
no way.
You're
I'm
goddamn
sorry.
idiot. Like and it's like,
However,
it has cooler moments, perhaps. You know, like
with 2, everyone remembers like okay, they go to 2015 and there's all that stuff. But man, the 1955 section in Back to the Future 2 is so fucking good.
Sure.
Yes.
It is so good.
Yes.
Yep.
And everyone forgets about that. Like people just never bring that up when they talk about 2.
Yeah, and 3 is just a wild diversion in the Back to the Future series,
Yeah.
so it's not a perfect metaphor. But I would say, like, for me, as a trilogy, that, like, 2 and 3 just have a vastly different tone than the first one, you know, in terms of, like, we're seriously going to lean into, like, the religious allegory and, you know, just all kinds of things. I mean, like, you know, people have a problem with, like, the stuff in Zion and stuff like that, you know, and it's, like, the underground rave, which is like not nearly as weird and strange as I remembered it being. And I feel like the stuff in Zion I resonated so much more now than it did before, because it's like the annoying kid that Neo saved, it's always like fanboying around him and stuff. Like the way that pays off at the end is so much better than I remembered it. And I think it's because it had been a long time, if maybe ever, that I just sat and like literally like one night movie, you know, watch one per night in like 3 nights in a row. And that just really worked. Like, oh yeah, I remember every little detail about let's this go, and the payoff for that. And I love the defense of the hangar sequence in Revolutions, and always have. Like, I think that is some of the best part of the movie, is like when it's like full on fucking war and you know, the
Dudes in mechs.
yeah,
shooting down
dudes in
squids.
mechs, and like I mean the fucking like the Mifune like general guy is fucking awesome, and his speech is good, and like I'm that section of the movie fucking psychs me up. But yeah, I mean, they're good. Like, does it get heavy-handed? Oh, fuck yes. It's more heavy-handed than Blade Runner is with its allegories. You know, like, and you know, but like, it's still good, and I still like it, and I'm very curious how the fuck they're gonna make a 4th one.
Yeah.
I mean, that one, when I heard that, I was like, all right, and I didn't know the Wachowskis had some sort of falling out, perhaps, because it's just one of them making it. Like
I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah. I don't know, but like when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, okay." All right. I mean, having just watched them, I know exactly what the plot's going to be, because it has to be. But that's going to be weird. Still, like,
basically doing it again.
yeah. I mean, it's got to be another iteration of the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be a do-over. That's the only way it works. Because spoilers, a lot of those people aren't around anymore.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be strange, and I'm curious about it.
I need to do that rewatch myself, because I've seen in Revolutions or in Reloaded, sorry, the fight with like all the things that are supposed to be like werewolves and vampires and shit. Like I've seen the stairway fight that leads into the freeway chase so many times because that was like my demo shit for anything new. And it was always like I'd start watching it and then I'd be like, all right, yeah, I've watched the entire sequence and here we are at the architect now. You know? And I think
the architect scene is so shorter than I remembered.
It is.
Other than him saying ergo like 4 times, which is like, okay, stop that. And the scene would be fine.
Yeah.
Like about the third time he says, like, dude, it's just, people wouldn't make fun of the scene if you didn't just keep using that one word.
Yeah. But I mean, like, God, that whole thing, like, that just keeps going. I mean, and that's the problem I have with Reloaded is the pacing of it, is there's not much that happens in the first half of the movie until you get to the Burly Man fight. And then it's kind of like, it stalls for a little bit. And then it's like, all right, the last 45 minutes is basically all action scene aside from him talking to the architect.
Yeah.
But I think the reason everyone revolted so much against the 2 and 3 was it was like everyone had 4 years to figure out what would be happening in their head.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone figured it was going to be that.
Probably not, no.
You know, and I think that's part of the and also the expectation is like, all right, he's like Superman now. He's going to do some badass stuff in the Matrix. And then they were like, yeah, we're not going to be in the Matrix all that much. You know? And I think that was the big problem everyone had with 2 and 3 was it's like, yeah, we're just not going to be in the Matrix. We're going to do fights in real life.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like watching it now, back to back to back, works better because as soon as he realizes he has Superman powers, it's like you watch him struggle fighting one agent in the first one until he's like, oh yeah, I'm the fucking one and I can stop bullets. And then it's like right away in the second one, he's fighting off 3, like it's, you know, just doing the I'm one-handed, like blocking and stuff. It's like, yeah, okay, if you're paying attention, that's a big step up.
Yeah.
You know, like because they hype man the agents real hard in the first one. You know, like if you see them run, no one's ever survived. Like, you know,
yeah. In watching 2, does it play well enough that Smith jumps into that one guy? Because I think the big problem with that reveal at the end is don't they reveal him upside down?
they do. It's a pan over because like Neo's on table, and then yeah, they pan straight over to him.
Yeah. And it's kind of like you don't really necessarily see the face that well. I mean, it's filling the screen, but it's like not an angle that's a good one for being like, oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Because I seem to remember, like, I remember in the theater everyone going,
huh?
Who's that?
Yeah.
Who's that guy? Because everyone forgot about him because that happens so much earlier in the movie.
Yeah, they don't set that up. And honestly, like, I see the point of that whole storyline. It's still dumb. That's still the worst thing in all the movies to me. Besides the Burly Man fight just being a technological nightmare. But like,
God, everyone sucked that scene's dick as far as like filmmaking magazines and stuff are like,
I know.
oh, you won't believe what we've been able to do with CG. And it's like, yeah.
I'm saying that whole him jumping into Bane is the guy's name.
Yeah.
But like that whole thing. Yeah. It's a reckoning deal. Yeah. I run the real world now. You were born in the real world. Yeah, anyway, but no, like that whole dumb thing is it's dumb. Like it just
like
I'm saying
I'll be honest with you. I do not remember how it pays off in the third one. Like I you don't even need to tell me.
I was gonna say I could tell you. I feel like the statute of limitations and spoiling.
Nah, you don't even need
over.
to tell me because I will rewatch those sooner or later.
It's important to the climax of the whole thing.
Okay.
Except it's dumb.
Yeah.
Like it's just the conceit is dumb. The only thing that's interesting is like that they were like, "Hey, you actor guy, whoever the fuck his name is like, can you do a Hugo Weaving?" And then like that's the other thing is it's sort of like the guys from the Enemy Gold like reading the diary, and it's like, Jesus Christ, guys, you were obsessed with finding this gold as a kid. How can it take you this long to figure it out? Like him literally talking like Hugo Weaving for like 10 straight minutes, and nobody goes, "Hey, you have affectations just like Agent Smith," like, who we've encountered a lot at this point, and talks just like that. You know,
Yeah.
Even when he starts going, "Mr. Anderson," it's like, Jesus Christ, who else calls you that? Like, nobody.
Yep.
Also, his name's Thomas Anderson. I never remembered they actually gave him a first name. But, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thomas Anderson. Neo.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
all.
yeah.
Yeah, fucking Matrix. It's a hot new joint the kids are.
Fucking Matrix. Swear to God.
I don't know. There's a lot about those movies that just, like, if you made them now, it's just not going to work. And I'm curious about what the hell they do with 4. Like,
Yeah.
I really do. Is it going to be like all like dance rave based? You know, not raves, but you know, like, is it going to be like like new, like are they gonna go like clubs and instead of like all industrial shit, it's gonna be like boots and cats and like
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
I guess we should do some contact information, huh?
Probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most everything's out on the website, bmfcast.com.
Yep. You want to email us? Email us at bmf@bmfcast.com.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a phone. There's a
Yeah.
phone. The Garfield phone.
Yeah.
It's 9105-JOCKS-BMF. That's 910-556-9263.
You leave
Call-
us a voicemail.
Yeah,
We'll play
we
it.
don't answer it. Just it's a voicemail. Leave a message. We get an MP3. We can play it on the show and respond to your questions.
Yeah.
Hasn't been getting a lot of love.
Yeah. And if you like what we do and you want to help us out monetarily, patreon.com/BMFcast. You get a bunch of bonus shit. It's good shit, though.
It sure is.
Extra podcasts, early access stuff, all sorts of stuff. It's
Yeah.
good.
Speaking of,
Speaking of.
if you go there right now,
Okay.
patreon.com/BMFcast, there is a poll up and running where we're just seeking feedback for stuff you like. Like, what's the stuff we do that you like?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of
we
trying to
wanna
figure
know.
out, like, if we're doing shows that no one gives a shit about, we would like to know. We would like to do things that people are passionate about. So,
Well, we have a big number episode coming up too, so it might kind of be related to that too.
kind of, maybe. But, yeah, it's just give your feedback if you're so inclined. Maybe you hate that we cover action movies. Don't vote for that.
Yeah, probably not. We're not going to change that.
But yeah, just looking for some feedback, not praise, not looking for like
Yeah, we're not the Burly Men Bra, and you're not film critics. You don't have to suck our dicks.
we don't need that. But just looking for some feedback. We don't usually solicit that much feedback from everybody. People just write in with like, hey, you guys did a movie I saw once, so
We like that, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, stories on trains, things like that. We love that kind of correspondence.
yeah, So anyway, that's running now. Go check it out.
Yeah. And you don't have to be a patron to vote in it.
Nope, it's free.
Just
free
go.
poll.
I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we? I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm Chuck.
And for BJ, this is BMFcast out.
Nice.
Good job.
Yeah, we'll get to it next week, Kyle.
Yeah, I will.
11:30. We hit the time
The
limit.
Burly Man Brawl isn't as bad as I remember it looking. It's still not good, and the tea room fight is better. It's just 1-on-1. It's real good. It would have been cooler if that guy was Jet Li like they wanted. It would have been cooler if the architect was Sean Connery like they wanted. But
Wait, which one? The tea room?
yeah, the tea room when he goes to see the Oracle in the second one, and she now has the
Oh, yeah,
protector
yeah.
dude. Like
Yeah.
that tea room brawl is, and it's just basically like you can't know a person until you fight him. Like that fight's real good. That's some quality. Like I feel like of all the like, so much of it is like they had to do their wacky camera shit, and that's like the most like Yoon Won Ping straight up choreographed scene without any dumb shit. Where it's just like let's just film a hand-to-hand combat scene without any crazy stuff. I mean, they do a little bit of like wire fu, but not that much. It's just straight up like badass choreography for fighting. But
Yeah, I can't believe how good the bullet time stuff looks in the first one, and they're like, let's do it in CG for the second one. And it's like all of it looks bad.
but yeah,
And like when the dude's dodging bullets up on the hood of the car, God, it's just like, oh, don't do that.
I know.
Bad movie. Don't do.
There's some bad stuff in the highway chase. Unfortunately, it's still badass overall.
I almost want like a special edition where they just like add a bunch of cars to the highway. Because there's certain scenes where you notice that there's like 7 cars on the highway.
I didn't like. There's so many fucking cars that get trashed in that scene.
I know. But there are certain shots where
Yeah.
it's like there are like 6 cars. And you're like, yeah, you guys didn't.
I hate to say it, but it's like maybe it's like modern sensibility, but there were several times I'm watching the movie where I'm just like, look, I know it's computer made people in a pods or whatever, but like there's so many fucking like innocent bystanders who get fucking murdered in the Matrix movies.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, it really, really does. Like, especially if people just drive down the highway, like, well, I'm just going to work. I don't really like my job. Ah, shit, I'm fucking shot. Just like, I mean, they're just
Or
shooting.
They just get taken over.
Well,
by an
they're just shooting through people, like in the cars. They're just like, oh, you're on the side of it, like it's just like, and then the car just flips and explodes. And
Well, it's just like you think about Total Recall.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like there's dudes on the escalator. He's just like, "All right, random guy, you're a bullet shield now."
pretty much, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, gotta shut it down. Good night.
Good night.